we go. We should be live. Hello, everybody. How are we? Lord
Hello.
Criminals. Hello.
It's criminal scum.
That's
Bit early to
thanks for
drop that
coming,
word.
everyone. You scum.
I wonder if people would, if you guys like that name for yourselves.
Scum.
What are we doing today, boys? What are we up to?
Ooh,
Successor Chapters.
Well,
That's a lot.
I was going to say, bear with me. Just so you all know, for context, about a year ago, I made a little logo. Because all my channel videos, I have logos I make. And I use art I found, and I make borders. And I did one for every single Successor chapter. To give you an idea, that's the ones I've made. So there's about 200 or so. There are some chapters which are not here, but the only reason is because they don't have any artwork for like their logo, so they don't count. They're just like an offhand comment in a video, in a book somewhere. So they're not real. They're just they're lies. But yeah, and to help us along, because again, although I like to think I have a good knowledge of Successor chapters, I don't know them all off the back of my hand. So these are all alphabetical. There's no preference given to that. It's just a case of we're going to go through them one by one, and if we are stumped, we might Google what they are about. So
have to hold our hand. Everyone getting the Google ready to go.
Get your Google ready on your phone, etc. So are we ready, boys?
We are ready.
Yes.
Okay, so first chapter
Guide us.
is the Absolvers.
Now you have to maybe we should have a description of what
Okay.
the Absolvers do.
Who are they from?
Right,
Let's
so
start there.
The Absolvers are a codex-compliant loyalist chapter of unknown founding.
Hell.
Yeah,
Classic
they
L.
have like white armor with black trim with bits of red.
That sounds cool.
They have a lot of appearances in a game, on a board game. What's it called?
Because I recognize the name.
Wrath and Glory. Wrath and Glory is the game they're like the poster boys
Oh.
Used to
They're
play
like White Scars, don't they? They kind of
Yeah,
like White Scars.
they're kind of like knockoff White Scars. But that
C
said,
immediately C tier because they're not quite White Scars. We're not happy with
it
it.
just says they're enigmatic and dour, and they're trapped in the Gilead system. What are our thoughts on the Absolvers?
Should we create a tier where it's just like no opinion tier?
No idea. Come back.
Not a bad idea, but maybe
I think that's basically
that
what
would
C-tier
get
is.
too big, wouldn't it?
I feel like that's going to be like 80% of these. Maybe
There's way too much artwork for these guys for how much lore they have. What the heck?
I would say I'm willing to give them a B because, like you said, they've got some artwork, and they're.
I feel like we should save B surely because we're gonna have to get. With a lot, we're going to have to be scrutinized.
I will admit, though, part of that is it's a successor chapter that has been given a decent amount of prominence in their own little bubble, and I think that's respectable. Like, I feel like GW's got a habit of focusing on 3 of them. You got your Black Templars, you got your Crimson Fists, and then everyone else, it's like, yeah, you get a lore paragraph and nothing else. But these guys, it's like, hey, there's a lot left open to your own interpretation, but there's some tabletop stuff here you can find some stuff about them.
So not quite lol who because they've actually got some lore.
Yeah. Also, and again, I appreciate it. It's like, look, guys, we swear there actually is like 1,000 Space Marine chapters. We're not making that up. Here's proof.
I'll leave it. You know what? We'll leave it in B for now, and if we start feeling like B tier's a little bit too busy, we'll start moving it down.
I mean, at a certain point, we're going to end up with like this is. There's not going to be many
mammoth
left.
task. This is a mammoth task for listeners here.
Speaking of
They
that,
have actual characters.
we need to move on. We've got the Accipiters.
Ah, yes, of course.
That's not
Get
a real
this.
word.
I've just done a quick Google. Lexicanum says the Accipiters are a Space Marine chapter. That's all there is.
Yeah, lol who.
They just
Lol.
exist.
This is a expanded universe article. The lore expands upon established canon, but does not contradict it. I don't know what that means.
That just means it's lore.
It's fan made. It's fan made.
Yeah, they're on the
It
official.
looks like these guys are fan made.
They're on the official websites though, so they're on like it says they wear black power armor with blue pauldrons and helmets, and they exist.
I think someone just DJ Beast. You're commenting on what's in the background of our videos. I don't know if you can see. We do have some Warhammer stuff. I can't even see it, but that is converted Ahriman in from Mephiston model, because damn right that should be that cool.
All my
People
minis
enjoy
are
that.
behind my fat head, unfortunately, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to quite see him. You can kind of see Nagash like right there if you look close.
You can see a settee and a skyline, but this is my new
My
flat.
Magnus is sitting downstairs because he has an oil wash currently drying. So
I think these blue guys are homebrew.
homebrew.
I mean, they've got articles on Warhammer 40k fandom and Lexicanum, so I think they're like kind of real because they've got.
Maybe we
they've
shouldn't
got
linger too
entries.
hard though, because if we
Yeah.
otherwise
Yeah,
we'll get bogged down.
Yeah. All right, next one then. So who have we got next? Let me just find where I am.
A skull.
These guys are the Adulators.
Of course.
They remind me of Nova Marines and the like the new Captain Titus. He has like the weird this thing on it, the little red circle. Like this iconography is kind of like it's all over the place. It's like lots of
These
people use
are
that.
one paragraph lore chapters.
Yeah.
I think that is something like a lot of these chapters are basically like official homebrew. Like the whole point of them is here's a color scheme, go nuts with whatever you want to make up for them, right?
In fact, I would even say people listening now, if you're in the chat or in the comments, just straight up take one of these chapter names and just write something like write fake lore about it in the comments if you want,
Like,
and we'll believe you.
I'm almost certain that's what half of these are for. Like the whole point is it's for like here's like a lore like accurate, like they do exist, tabletop army can make, but you can do whatever you want with them.
Yeah.
These guys actually sound cool. They are buddies with the sororitas and are on close terms with the holy orders of the ecclesiarchy. That's neat.
Yeah.
I wanted to give them at least a B in that case. I mean,
So
they
they're
acknowledge
quite-
the
I mean-
Sisters of Battle exist.
I feel like C for the choir boys. You know what I mean? I don't
C for
think
the choir boys.
let's reserve B.
I think-
Let's reserve B for something good.
All right. Next, next
Andy,
one.
I have a bit of a request to go out of order.
Okay.
Can you just find the Genesis chapter and slap them in S tier?
Yeah,
Yes,
let me just
please.
find them. Where are we? Executioners, the knights.
Oh
and
my
we're-
god, it keeps
Oh my
going.
god.
Well, maybe we'll remember.
EFGH. So G was F.
Or is that
there we
them?
are. Yeah, let me just.
Holy cow!
Drag
We
them
need
up.
to go faster.
But yeah, I'm gonna say we need to go
Remember, these are alphabetical, so they.
fast. Step on
Genesis
the gas,
chapter
boys.
goes-
There we
There
go,
we go.
Genesis chapter.
Because
All
of
right,
the
next.
slight-
Let's go next.
They
Angel
can be
Guard.
Ultramarines. I don't
Angel
know who
Guard.
they are.
Angel
Guard.
They are.
They're green and they have yellow trim.
Probably Lion.
Are they Dark Angel successors?
Unknown.
Yep, sounds
Lol,
like
dude.
Awesome.
Lol,
Who
We can
cares?
do
Who
we can do
cares?
a beginner to expert successors one day maybe, and Andy can just
Yeah.
tell us about every single successor chapter.
Oh, we got a real one. Ready, guys?
Yeah,
Angels in Carmine. I think they're pretty cool.
they're like
maybe not A
B, I
tier.
think they're just like regular good old
Good old Blood
Angel
Angels.
successor
Second
chapter,
founding.
right?
Second founding Blood Angels. Pretty cool.
Oh, are these the zombie guys? No, that's the other one. That's the Charnel Guard.
Yeah, Charnel Guard,
What is
like
their,
that.
what is these guys' thing?
Let's
Charnel
see.
Guard get A tier.
Are they the one who never stopped fighting, or is that the Vermilion?
That's every
They're like
Space
all
Marine.
basically the same
Yeah.
thing, but slightly different. For the
Yeah,
same
they're kind of
just-
blurred together.
The same
That-
thing, but slightly different, as ever wrong, more
They're
true about this
basically-
entire
They're the
list.
most
Honestly, that's-
aloof, displaying a contemptuous disregard for the weak. Okay, I
They
like
hate
these
weak
guys.
people. They're like, you're
Awesome.
weak.
That's
Die.
we're down to half the Space Marines with that
All
one.
right, we gotta move on already. It's gonna
They-
take it too long.
Where are they at full strength? Yeah, okay, I'm fine with putting them in the B tier.
Okay. Angels Eradicant.
I don't know who
I
they are.
put
but
them in
their
D
symbol looks
tier.
neat.
D
That
tier.
logo is stupid.
Yeah,
Whoa.
bad logo.
Wow, sad.
All right,
I-
who's this next one then? Moving on.
This one is the Angels Numinous. I believe
have
they're
heard of
Dark
these.
Angels.
They
Every
basically
Dark
stolen.
Angels successor is basically the same thing. You cannot change my mind.
They basically stolen the Death Guard symbol as well with that.
Oh no, these
pretty
are
much.
these are
supposed to send for Blood Eagles. Are these part of the
Blood
Triarch?
Angels.
No,
Blood Angel successors. They're successors of an
I've made
existing
videos of these
successor.
guys. I just don't remember who they.
Who are they successors of?
They're successors of the Blood Eagles.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're one of those weird ones where it's like we have a successor chapter who then makes another successor chapter, kind of
Oh,
like the
these are the ones
executions
with
of that.
more. Are these the ones with more Death Company than normal,
Maybe.
or is that other ones?
I mean, I'm happy to leave it where it is. If we haven't got an opinion
Yeah.
about it,
I
we
gotta-
don't
yeah.
care.
Well, these guys are definitely Dark Angels. These are Angels of Retribution. They are.
I remember.
Are these the guys who have beef with the actual Dark Angels because there was some shenanigans about Fallen?
Let's have a look.
The Angels Numinous are the guys
That's
who
every
killed
Dark
the Death
Angel.
Company, basically.
No, but as in like they have beef with the
not Retribution,
the actual Dark
Absolution.
Angels chapter.
Absolution.
Oh,
Angels
Because
of
they
Absolution.
supposedly left them. They abandoned another Dark Angel successor. Chapter.
Yeah, they feel the shame in the eyes of the Emperor has already been wiped away, so they don't believe in the Fallen. So like, we don't have anything to prove. We're like
so they're,
royal. It's
they're
fine.
the only Dark Angels that aren't idiots.
You know what? Top of B. Give it top of B.
Top
straight
of
away.
B.
Yeah.
Sure.
Surely that would have resulted in nothing if they just fessed up to the Fallen right away, right? They would have been like, yeah, we had some traitors. Everyone did.
Yeah, that's what I always think too, Colin. But I don't know. I think maybe we misunderstand it.
We got
Also,
another.
thank you for the membership, Mr. Zan0.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
Simp for the
brother.
Blood Angels. A respectable thing to simp for.
No one hates Blood Angel players.
These guys, this next one, they have cool armor. It's black and red. They have basically no lore, but these guys are called the Angels of Damnation. I think that's pretty hard.
Seeds here just for the name, honestly.
Yeah.
And the logos.
There's
Yeah.
nothing else about them.
Look at that, it's just flaming skull with the
Yeah.
Imperial Guard sort of motif as well. Oh, that's
Top of
nice.
C maybe, just because
I can respect the guard.
We
What
got
is this
another Dark Angels one. This is Angels of Defiance.
Looks like you call it the locksmiths. It's just the key. It's just the key.
Yeah.
Locksmithing
Angels of
lawyer?
Oil.
Dude, lockpicking lawyer?
But yeah, these guys are an Ultima founding, so they're pretty new.
How do you
have,
feel
like-
about Ultima Foundings?
They have that
Ultima
weird.
Founding's pretty.
They have that weird color scheme though, where it's like half and half, but it's also flipped. So like top half it's black and bone, and then it
Oh, it's one of
inverts, and then it's
those
bone and
guys.
black. It's like we
I
like
honestly
to square it off.
hate, like, one of my favorite. We're gonna come up with him. Excuse me, like is a Iron Hand successor who have really cool lore, but their scheme is trash. It's honestly so.
I'm
bad.
willing to. I want these guys to go in D for no other reason than most of the time you see those split paint colors. It doesn't look good.
Are we just
That's
going to
not
say
even-
any of them that are like even the Brazen Claws? Like, yeah, they're going into D.
And Ultima Founding is like pure Primaris.
Yep.
Trash.
Yes.
I don't know what the right
Alright.
word for it is.
Guys, I realized we gotta keep a move going because
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah,
take.
you're right.
We'll,
Keep it-
Here's one
we'll
more.
hold people hostage.
Angels of Fire.
I don't know who they are.
I
It's
don't
a cool name though.
Angels of Fire.
Lol, who?
36
Yeah.
founding, 36 millennium. They fought in the Third War for Armageddon.
Oh,
They're cool.
I know who this guy is. They are.
He's
Are they
generic,
orange?
aren't they?
Primaris
Is
Slop.
it
That was the word I
orangish?
was looking for.
They're like
Yes,
red
this
with
is-
flames.
This is the guy who
Don't make fun of
in
Slot.
the
That's my videos.
in the Yarick Armageddon.
Oh, is this the
Third
arrogant
War
one?
Armageddon. This is the guy who basically stands up
Okay.
and says, "Who the fuck is this human?" Sort of thing for
All right,
Yarick.
then sure. B tier. Moving
D
on.
tier. Gotta go to D tier for
B tier,
dissing,
okay.
for dissing our boy.
And then
Yarrick.
the Black Templar
my
Grimaldas
God.
just goes, you know,
Who are you again?
sit down.
The Black Templars were literally like, lol, who? So yeah, top of D tier.
Who's next?
Angels of Fury.
I don't know them either.
I'm sensing a theme of angels,
There's a lot of angels to get through.
Dark Angels and Blood Angels. There's too much.
And
I
again,
think,
when you
if
look at...
3 out of 4 of us don't know who they are, then they're lol. Who?
But this one's an
Yeah,
Ultramarine
Lol.
successor. And Nova Marines, possibly. They wear white
Lol.
armor.
lol who, bro.
Lol who. It's just-
who.
we don't even know.
We got to be so fast with this.
Okay, next one. Angels of Iron.
Don't know who they are, but
That
their
does sound
symbol looks
cool, though.
Pretty neat.
Leave
I'd
it
give
there.
them D tier for that. C tier, sure.
Yeah, leave them at the bottom of C.
Surely there's
enough.
Dark Angels next.
Angels of Penance.
Doesn't ring a bell. There's gonna be this,
Lol, who?
for the people listening
It's
as well,
gonna
if
be
they-
rough.
we're definitely going to go past some of these things, and then someone's going to go, that's my favorite chapter, and I've made an entire like 5,000 point
It's a
army.
good comment from DJ Beast about Colin's content.
What's that?
He says,
Colin,
Colin, don't
don't
put
put-
your content down as slop. It's quality, polished slop, fresh from the trough.
It is the finest of pig slop.
It's,
quality
It's
for my
heavily
audience.
nutritious. And
There's bits of sweet corn in that slop.
Yeah.
Oh,
It'll keep
right.
you going and it won't give you dysentery. It's good slop.
These guys look familiar.
These are Dark Angels. These are Angels of Redemption, second founding, I believe.
I
Who cares?
vaguely remember who they are.
C tier.
yeah.
I think
All
I
right.
made a video on them before. maybe not.
You get
These
enough
guys are,
content for a video,
half
C
and half.
tier.
By the way, we're not
Yeah.
even done with the. We've got like another 10 angels of something. So
Go.
angels of repentance.
Hey, how about this?
I like
all
the
of the
symbol.
other angels no higher than D tier because they stopped caring about the
All right,
names
all right,
halfway
all right,
through
all right.
this.
We got angels of retribution.
Who cares?
I feel like we've had the same one before, but this
Yeah,
is
I know.
not.
These guys are kind of cool. These are the angels of vengeance. They're Dark Angel Successor, and they're like. I remember reading about them in one of the books, and there's something about them. Let me just check what it is. Angels of Vengeance. I think they're pretty hardcore. 40.
Wow.
What, Dark Angels
Cool,
who are
wow.
pretty.
He's so cool. He's so cool and mysterious.
They're grim and dour.
You're gonna tell me they don't like Xenos and then also
Yeah.
hate
No
chaos?
They always go into fights that other chapters wouldn't. They're like, you're a bunch of pussies, so they go into like the most tough fights.
It's like every Successor chapter. These other Marines
They
went back
fought
out,
in
but
the
not us.
They fought in the Forgotten Wars. Their losses were so
cool.
extreme they were forced to
Clearly
spend
not
almost
so
a century
forgotten.
rebuilding. I don't know. There was definitely something I read in one of the books, and I was like, "Ooh,
Oh, we've got to move on though. So sorry.
Who are
Another
these
Dark
guys?
Angels Successor, Angels of Vigilance.
It's a
Man,
cool
I really
badge
don't know
though.
my
Cool
Dark
badge.
Yellow
Angels
armor.
Successors,
They're like
wow.
fake Imperial Fists and Dark Angels guys.
Never heard. Lol who.
Oh, these guys are cool. Angels of Penitence, right? So these guys used to be known as the Angels of Resplendence, which are these guys, and they were they're a Blood Angel successor. They were well into art and everything. And then a guy showed up, just a random dude, and said, "You guys are cringe. You should be like flaying yourself, not flaying, so like lashing yourselves and being penitent because you failed the Emperor. He's now a corpse Emperor. You're dumb." And so they painted up all their armor. They killed a bunch of their own men, and now they are known as the Angels of Repentance, of Penitence. And the Blood Angels are like, "Oh, they were here for Baal, so I guess that's kind of good. But like, didn't you used to wear orange armor? What's going on here with this like crown of thorns and all that?" And they're like, "That's just what we do now." And there might be a civil war in their ranks where some of them are like, "I preferred it when we were wearing orange," and they might be coming. They might have we don't know.
Fair
They're
enough.
kind
I
of
like
cool.
the crown of
I'm
thorns.
happier than there.
Yeah. Angels Porphyr.
Excuse me, what?
Angels
It looks like a
Porphyr.
Blood Bowl team. So
Yeah.
Porphyr.
Give him an S tier for that. Reminds me of Blood Bowl.
A tier.
Blood Bowl lore. When?
Don't put him in A tier. That's just
Lol who. Has to
Give
go
him a,
in
give
Lol
him
who,
a,
sorry.
yeah.
Who's the next?
Angels Redeemed.
This is just the Dark Angel symbol, but red.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, lol who.
Angels Revenant.
Their
Lol.
symbol is edgy and cool.
Double D.
not-
Bomber D.
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay,
D.
I think I know
If it has
these.
a cool
One of them-
symbol, we'll give it D tier.
Are one of these ones coming up the Charnel Guard?
Eventually. We're still in the A's.
No, I'm the next ones. No, that's not. they're
These
not
are
on this
Angels
one.
Sanguine.
Oh, they like drinking blood a lot, right?
I think so.
That's
I've
their
just
thing.
done a video on them. Angels Sanguine. They actually have lore. Their
Every
second
Blood
founding.
Angel chapter.
That's what I'm saying. Every Blood Angel successor is like basically the same thing.
We like blood.
With-
we black rage
We
bad.
harbor a dark and mysterious secret.
Just a comment from Tom Warren who says, "I can't wait till we hear about the Angels of Thesaurus who helped name all the other angels."
Yeah, they I think they basically have like slight mutations, so they always wear cowls and they don't show their faces to anyone outside the chapters. So when the devastation of Baal was going on, they were like, "We're not showing," like kind of like me. They were like, "I'm not showing you what I look like." And then when the blood fiends were running rampant and they were going to drink the blood of Sanguinius from his coffin, they were like, "We'll stay in space. We're already here. And if you guys fail, we'll just blow you up from orbit if you can't get rid of the blood fiends before they desecrate Sanguinius' corpse." And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine. We don't need you near us."
To
anyway.
those asking in the chat, where are things? We have like 150 more to go, so don't worry.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. We're still in A.
We're
Oh
still
my
in the
God.
Angels. Oh, guys, Last Angels.
Blood Angels thing.
Angels Vermilion. They're kind
They're
of cool.
cool. I'm pretty sure. Are they the ones? Oh my gosh, they're all so similar names. It's hard to know which one is which.
Yeah, that's the trouble.
Whichever ones
especially
are the
these
ones
guys.
who talk to freaking Satan, basically.
I think Angels. That is
They're pretty
Angels
cool.
Vermilion, right? They're the ones who
I
were.
think that is them.
Let me just
They were-
double check.
They
They
were
have an
classed
actually,
as
like, cool
renegades.
Vasarius Kuldorf. I can't. I've just done a video on these
I
guys.
feel like it is Angels Vermilion.
Me too.
Or it's
I'll-
similar
I'll
to
just
something.
look
There's
it up.
one where they did it. There's one of the successors did a pact with Sinch unknowingly, and that's why they don't have the floor because they don't know. They're like
Yeah.
instead of dreaming
think
of
that's these
Horus
guys.
and his death, they dream of like their chapter serving chaos, and
my mind
they've not
is
fallen
doing
to
something
chaos. Every time they're offered to like, they go through the Black Rage, like come and join Sinch, and they're like, nah, mate, that's cringe. Anyway, Astral Claws. We know these guys.
S tier, S tier, S
Yeah,
tier.
put them in S tier just because
especially compared to these guys.
I mean, they've turned a bit spicy recently. But for people who don't know, Astral Claws were the original loyalist Ultramarine successor.
Maelstrom
and-
Warders.
Yes, and they had
I love you, Luft Huron.
Luft Huron was the chapter master who would eventually go a little bit. Let's just do that, but expand. And he made more Space Marines and got a little bit too, had too many of his own ideas, and then had the Badab War. And
I don't care who the Inquisition sends. I'm not paying taxes.
That G doesn't need to be in his name. I'm just going to
I
say
haven't
it.
done an Angels Vermilion.
Luft
video,
Huron.
man.
Or like
Luft.
Angels Vermilion are not the demon guys.
No,
Lugfoot Huron.
Although, did you know there is actually one last Astral Claw who still serves the Imperium?
Is he a dreadnought?
He's in the Death Watch, and he's allowed to only be in the Death Watch because his chapter doesn't exist anymore. He's called Andor Skarian, and he hates humans because they're weak. But he's like, I'll be a good watch captain, but I'm the only claw left. Now it's the Astral Hawks, not to be confused with the Astral Claws.
I mean C tier just because that symbol looks like a eagle that got beamed.
If you're gonna put the Blood Bowl thing in C tier, but they get a pass on their
also,
symbol.
It's the blood drinkers who made the deal with the demon.
That's the one, yeah, blood drinkers. But they're like really honourable. But it's like bit of cinch.
I'm still waiting for more angels to jump scare me.
Astral Knights. These guys are cool. Rogal Dawn.
Astral Knights. I've heard of those.
They exist.
Extinct.
Yeah, I do know who they are. I
They,
made a video. They're not very. They don't have a lot on them.
They have cool armor, but they fought the Necrons and they sacrificed themselves to kill
Oh, yes, these
Tomb
guys.
World.
Oh, S tier,
And then-
S tier for them.
And then the Blood Angels under Captain of the Third Company. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. It's not Aranos. It's Donatos. He was like, oh, they all died and we fought with them and they were great. And so he's like, we are building a statue in their honor, or I am flipping my lid to the to the people where the world they were defending. Like, we are making a statue for them because they're great.
Oh, we're still in A. I just realised.
Atlantean Spears, Ultimate.
I've heard these ones. It's cool colour
they're
scheme.
Ultima Founding.
Yeah.
It is cool
cringe.
colour scheme though.
Are they salamanders?
No, they're
No.
Are they?
No.
They're Blood Angel successors. Weirdly,
Okay.
they have like
I
azure
like-
blue armor
they-
with gold, bronze.
I like
trim.
them just because they're one of the few Blood Angels that actually have a unique.
Can we put them at the top
They
of
don't
B?
look similar.
They look cool. That's kind of all they have.
Maybe bottom of B because I think they're not as good as the stuff in the rest
Yeah.
of B.
They're kind of like they look cooler than they are. Auric Patricians. Lol, who?
Lol, who's that?
Oh, Aurora chapter, Ultramarine successor.
What is that symbol?
It's the Aurora symbol, I
Put
guess.
him in D tier because I don't like looking at that.
The Avengers, not to be confused with the actual Avengers.
They make me think of Marvel slop. Put him in
Yeah.
D tier.
Yeah, literally.
D tier.
Avenging Sons. Guess
Is that
who's
just
these?
Jerusalem Cross straight up?
I guess. Guess whose successor these are? The Avenging Sons.
I mean, to be fair, just leave it in C because the name Avenging Sun does go
It is
pretty
cool.
hard.
We've got the Black
It's just Gilman's
Consuls.
name.
Black Consuls are cool.
I
I've heard of them
vaguely
before,
remember
but I
who
don't
they
know
are.
what they do or are.
Ah,
Yeah, not B tier, surely then.
put 'em
Yeah.
there.
I remember them being kind of cool.
Not as cool as
I
Damnation.
don't remember them
Black
those.
Dragon.
Black Dragons,
though.
mate.
They're ARS,
Spiky.
right?
Top
Dude,
of
the
A.
bad,
And
the
actual
bad
interesting.
dragons.
All
Don't
right,
put your
okay,
bad
calm.
dragon things coming out your arms. Shit.
For
They
people
remind me
list-
of
Oh,
the
yeah.
X-Men.
Just for people listening.
Eli
Oh, we got a donation.
Oh, hello.
Thank you, Elliot Haupts, for
This is-
$5.
He says, I hope that Black Templars are S tier. They are the embodiment of 40k, in my opinion, over the top zealots who will never shoot you if they can stab you. I mean, should we just get
Great.
this over with and just put Black Templars at the top? There we go.
Yeah, just leave them there.
Put them right at the top.
Oh, just for
No. Genesis chapter,
Okay.
top S tier.
Yeah, okay.
The only Space Marines who aren't Ultramarines who can hope to one day be
They're basically the
Ultramarines.
shelf stock of the Space Marines. Like, oh, we've got them on the shelves. Get them
Just
out
for
there.
those listening who don't know, Black Dragons are a Salamander's successor, which is quite rare because there's not many of them, and they kind of are made during a cursed founding where their genes is a little bit more active, and they
cursed
basically
founding, yeah.
grow like more. Like they grow like horns and bones from them. They like basically turn them into weapons, and they kind of
like
don't tell the
Baraka
Baraka
from Mortal Kombat. Imagine that as a space marine, where he's just got the big blades coming out of his wrists.
So that's kind of cool. There's actually one black dragon in the salamanders, and he got like adopted, and there was like a whole like kerfuffle about like, no, don't take our guy, and then another guy died, and they're like, all right, fine, you can have him because someone already died. It's a bit awkward now. Funny. They don't like the salamanders at all.
These guys are the Black Guard from the Raven Guard. Their chapter master was, I think, Gareth Arendi, who was like the bodyguard of Corvus Corax, I believe. I think that's correct.
Don't feel strongly about him. I'm not gonna.
Or is it? Was it Gareth Arendi? It was the guy who was like, "Oh, I don't mind killing Iron Hands in the escape to Isfahan if I can escape with my lord." He was a bit of a dick. So,
Maybe C tier then, just because of that comment.
Yeah, just that. He was like, "I don't care if the Iron Hands die. We're more important." You're like, ooh, how dare you? Black inculpators.
Their sword looks nice.
Nice symbol, but again, don't. They probably have a sentence of lore, so you can't feel strongly about that.
We got the Black Talons.
There we go.
There we go.
Another Salamander's successor. Black Vipers.
Is it Ultima? They're all Ultima
Yes,
fans,
I believe
right?
so.
They're all D tier.
No,
so
these guys are cool.
They should not exist. I hate all the Ultima founding Salamanders.
This is where the Ultimas live.
It's just slop. It's all slop. They made them in 5 seconds.
That's all Warhammer lore is. It's slop down all the way.
It's all
putting
slop
Eli's
now.
bias aside.
They have so little lore. I made one short to cover all of the Salamander successors.
Yeah.
Just to explain what they are a Salamander Successor chapter that completely have no links to the original chapter, and they basically serve as Belisarius' Call's unique chapter. He uses them as like a personal weapon. So that's why they have
That's everything wrong about the Primaris Marines.
Yeah, but at least they have something.
What, that they're not more generic space monks?
No, they're not part of the chapters. They're just Mars Marines.
I'm okay with that.
Hate it. Nah.
Anyway, Black Wings.
I can't fight.
Rubbish. Rubbish. Oh, these guys are kind of cool. Dark Angels, Blades of Vengeance. I think they're Ultima. I need to check.
I'm pretty sure we've had Angels of Vengeance.
Yeah, we have.
And Blades of Angels or something. I'm pretty sure we've had the exact combination.
Yeah, but these are Ultima, so they just were like, do it again? Reboot the franchise? Yeah, we'll reboot the franchise. Blazon Legion, or Blazon Legion.
Are these the ones
upside down fleur-de-lis?
Yeah, I D tier because it's just the fleur-de-lis, but upside down
French people.
Are these Imperial Fist successors? I feel like I've seen something like that.
Maybe.
Who cares?
They don't have much lore. It's fine.
You're not thinking of the Hospitaliers, are you? Because they're like red on white and it's a cross.
Possibly.
Blood Dragons. Not to be confused with Far Cry Blood
Sounds
Dragons.
cool.
They're Blood Angels, and they are basically like, we don't care about civilians. That's their shtick. They burn everyone to death.
So unique, so edgy, so cool.
No, but they're like just extra cruel about it. They're like,
if anyone says one more time, they're dark and broody, and they go into the hardest battle.
Oh, yeah, I got bad news for you, Hal.
yeah.
Put them in B tier because Far Cry Blood Dragon's a good game.
It is a good game. I love it. Yeah. Blood Drinkers. They're cool. They're the ones who are Sinchi-ish.
They have actual neat story. I put them in even
they're like, we got tricked by Sinch, but we won't tell anyone because Black Rage is gone. That's good at least.
Are they the ones that like they basically sacrifice every once in a while like a civilian population and just drink it all?
No. But every time they die, one of them dies, they see like the demon or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
like
them the same deal.
Instead of seeing
Horus,
none
of them have fallen yet.
When they get the Black Rage, instead of seeing Horus fighting Sanguinius, they see like Sinch, and he offers them a chance to join him, and they all say no because they're like proper good boys. But it's like, yeah, come on. It's like, no, I don't want to because he wants to. Because Sinch has a big boner for the Dark Angels, where he keeps trying to like claim them for his own, but it doesn't work. The whole Blood Angels omnibus is about
the lion rejected Kairos. So long ago.
Another
Elliot
donation.
Hobbs again. Thank you, sir, for
Thank you,
$5. I'll read it, I suppose. The three who unironically play the Genesis chapter are like the old artwork of Crimson Fists stand against the orcs with scrap titans in the background.
Holding on for a hero.
Is that the big one with the big Gargant, the old like 70s one where it's like colorful and everything.
Oh,
To be fair, I just did I finished reading the Night Lords trilogy, and Genesis chapter do show up.
Yeah, they get
against.
crunked.
Oh.
Yeah,
They
I
get
mean they
crunked by
do.
the-
They make
by
a good
Talos.
showing of it. There's a great.
But they're all
duel
like
scene.
fucking
quite cocky.
gold.
They're just like, "Oh, you wretched traitors," and then Talos is like, "Nice hammer, bitch!" Smack. Oh,
Oh no, Talos. That's.
oh, not
I mean,
Talos,
spoilers for people, but they basically all of First Claw
Yeah.
get crunked by this guy who has a storm hammer and a shield,
Yeah.
and eventually one of the other Night Lords called Zal
That's the
grabs
one,
Talos's
Zal.
weapon, and just goes like, "All right, bitch, let's go." Let's rock and roll.
Doesn't he do like that whole thing from Game of Thrones? Like, you do not fight with honor. It's like he did.
Yeah, he basically does. No, I think he says that the man you just killed, he was my brother. I'm sure he showed no fear, and he went like, yeah, sure, whatever, lol,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
just
lol.
ran in.
Just runs him through.
Moving on though,
Blood Knights.
it's a cool
Oh,
name, but
Sounds cool.
I don't know
who they
anything
are,
about.
Oh, guys, Blood Ravens.
S
though.
tier.
Hey, S tier.
Let me just. I'm gonna have to zoom
Go,
out.
Here we
now.
go.
You have to zoom out. Yeah, this is gonna
definitely
get.
need to zoom out. There you
Oh,
go.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
dude, zooming out is like when they go, "Don't look down" when you're like rock climbing or something.
Still on B.
We're gonna have to- right.
Wait. Can you show all of them?
Right,
How much do we have to go through?
that many.
Oh Lord. Okay, not bad.
We're getting there.
Look how many we've done.
I
Blood
think
Signs.
To
the
be
one
fair,
after
once-
this is
when
a
we-
short one.
When we get through the angels, it's like 80% of them are done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blood Sives. These are Ultima Founding Blood Angel successors. They wear white armor and they want to be like their dads.
It's a cool name.
Wow.
Wow,
Made
you
me
are
see,
unique.
though.
They're just like,
D
oh, Blood
tier.
Angels are cool, innit? It's like,
I
It's a
hate
cool
Ultima
name,
Founding.
though.
I hate Ultima Founding.
ooh, here's a fun one. Blood Swords. They're the ones who gave their lives in Devastation of Baal, I believe, right?
Oh,
No, that's the
that
Knights of
gives
Blood.
them
No,
A tier,
Blood Swords are
right?
completely
Blood.
different.
Even
Ignore
a B
me.
tier.
I
Blood
love
swords.
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Here's
Good
one.
Hunter.
Here's a good one. Brazen Claws, Iron Hand, Second
Claws.
Founding.
Ah, these
Rubbish
are the ones.
art. I hate their color scheme though. It's just like, why
Yeah,
is it
they-
bright blue? I
They
don't
also
like it.
have like 2 pictures on the internet. Yeah, C tier probably. Not gonna
My
lie.
poor Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Brazen Consoles.
I've never seen that badge
Don't
before. It's actually kind of not bad. But lol who?
These guys are kind of cool. There's a brief mention of them in the Blood Angels Omnibus. This is, I think that I don't know why it's here. This is
Someone
the
just said an
Taurens, isn't it?
ultimate. Can there be an ultimate tier?
Let me just double check. Why is,
Please,
this,
please.
is that the Taurens? Why are they here? This is T, surely.
Lol who?
Let me just double check.
Yeah, I don't know who they
S.
are. They just look like they're trying to steal from the
Yeah.
Minotaurs.
For some reason, in my alphabetized list, T is in. I don't know. Taurens. Who's this one? This is the Brazen Skull. Was still in Last of the Brazen Skulls.
It's brazenly forgettable. Let's move in.
Brazen like my steaks. Bringers of Judgment.
That's a cool name.
That's
That
kind of a
sounds
cool
like
name.
Dark Angels.
Let's see.
A
Oh,
big
this is a
M. Are you serious?
D tier then.
Oh, do you know what that looks like?
Who's the-
That looks like the original Thousand Suns.
I
Do
thought
you know what
it
this
was
chapter's called?
M. It's like
Brothers of
big
a
M.
Thousand.
What that cup?
Why is there an M?
I don't know.
Because
I think
that's
it's because it's
symbol
that's
for
the
a thousand.
original That's the original Legion symbol of the Thousand Suns before Magnus.
Brothers of a Thousand.
Why was it
Well, that's
before
neat.
Magnus, but it's a big M?
Because
Neat
it's, 'cause it's
trivia.
dumb.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Is it numerals? Is it thousand? Isn't M? Is it?
I maybe it might be. I don't know.
Why is it called Blood Ravens when they probably have no links to the any of like the Raven guys?
I don't know why are there
Blood
5
Raiders?
million angel chapters that have nothing to do with the Dark Angels or Blood Angels? Because it's a cool name.
Boys,
You're right.
boys. Shit got real.
Cacarodons are
Car
cool.
Caradons, S tier.
That's a big S.
Bigger than- bigger than
S
that.
tier.
Shark.
Basically any
Shark.
successor with like at least one book will get S tier pretty easily.
We should probably we can't not talk about them just a little bit. They have perhaps the chonkiest chapter master of all time, who
He's
literally has
Primarch
to
sized.
he has to
He's
wear
cool.
part Terminator armor, part Dreadnought armor, if I'm correct, because
Yeah.
he's so big, and he has he's called Tiberius the Red Wake, and he has two.
Hunger
it's-
and
it's-
Slake, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
lightning claws, but then it also has BuzzFeed like gauntlet things underneath.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah, and they're like retract.
Oh, no, it was like a buzz.
He has like a
it's
chain.
buzzsaw, sorry.
chain
Is
blade
this actually
under
just a
his wrist.
BuzzFeed which successor chapter are you quiz?
He has
Yeah,
like
is this-
All along.
he has like a chain blade under his wrist, and then on the top he has like extendable claws. So it's just
Lightning
like just in
claws.
case the blade didn't do it, clunk, and then it's
The
like
big,
a
I think
sword
it's also.
cut.
I think it's just big Terminator armor, but
Yeah.
Terminator armor is also called tactical dreadnought.
Well, I think he's in Dreadnought armor, but not Terminator Dreadnought armor. It's like they took a Dreadnought and they were like, "We'll make a bit of this into his armor because he's too big for just Terminator." Like our Jack
and he is
Rockfist.
scary. And there's a big like Polynesian sort of twist
Yeah.
to this chapter. That
The Maori.
They have quite a few books actually on them, which are quite cool. And
Although, to be fair, the comments are saying he's not as big as the art depicts him as. Is like, yeah, a lot of people are like, he's enormous. It's like he's big, but he's not like a skyscraper big. He's big.
like,
He's a
good
bee.
question though. Thoughts on is the Carcharodons, are they Raven Guard? Are they Night Lord? Are they?
it sounds pretty certain that they're Raven Guard. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it's pretty
they're-
conclusive.
they're
but
the
thematically,
second
Night
Legion.
Lords sounds more plausible. But realistically, they
But
they
the gene
sound like
seeds.
Ashen
So
Claws.
they said the gene seeds like might have gone.
Well,
It's just gone funny in the fridge. If you know what I mean.
They left it out too long.
Well, their founder was supposedly like an actual Raven Guard, so kind of.
They're the second Legion. Tiberos is
Alright,
the second.
fellas,
Breitbart.
we're getting
Anyway,
off track, fellas.
Carmine Blades, Blood Angel Successor. They thought they were Ultramarines for a really long time. They didn't know what was happening when the Black Rage and Red first happened. Then the Blood Angels found them. Astarath the Grim went, I'm looking for because he senses people who have the Black Rage. He's like, oh, here's one. And they're like, what are you doing here, Blood Angel? And he's like, don't you know? And they're like, what? It's like, you're Blood Angel's successors. And they're like, no, we're not. We're Ultramarine successors. It's like, no, baby. And now they've like painted their armor red, and they're like, yeah,
Do
I
they not
guess.
have like the red thirst and stuff?
They do, but they've only recently like clicked that, it's because we're Blood Angels in it.
Put them in
Scissors and
the tier.
white.
Whoa.
They
I mean,
should
it
have.
is quite a cool story, to be fair.
Yeah.
And now they also appeared in the Devastation of Baal, and a lot of them, even the older members of the chapter, were thinking, why are they shown such allegiance to the Blood Angels, even though we just recently
Yeah,
came
we've
in
only
contact?
recently.
And so loads of
They
them
should-
arrived in the Devastation of Baal, and then quite a few of them like got crunked.
Yeah.
And so then even some of the older veterans who were like, we've barely known the Blood Angels. One of them was like now the chapter master, and because there's only like 100 of them left. And it was like, God.
No, they D
Um,
tier for foregoing their chance to be Ultramarines.
Nah, it's biased. Come on, they actually have lore. They're surely better than the Iron
Yeah,
Hand
they do actually have
successor.
lore.
I
It's
just
D
like
tier because
I just
Top
like the
of
fact
C,
that
at least.
any book that Astarath the Grim's in, he's just like the worst omen. Like, oh no, not this guy. This is never going to be well.
He's really cool though.
Yeah.
His model's awesome.
Castellans of the Rift. These guys are looking after something, aren't they?
It's what it sounds like.
I feel like these guys might have cool lore. Like I've heard.
Yeah. They are Primaris. They are given the unenviable duty to maintain and defend the Narkmund Gauntlet, which is like the little gap in the
Yes.
Great Rift.
That's the bit where they can get to. So for people who are listening, you can only really get through the massive warp storm that tears the galaxy in two through like a small opening, because Cadia's gone now. R.I.P. Never forget.
Yeah.
And it basically leads to this world now called Vigilus, which is basically like the new Cadia, but not quite like discount Cadia. And these guys are essentially just an entire chapter for that little,
But just like
alternate run.
to give you an analogy, imagine like you needed to get somewhere to get home, and there's like an alleyway, but it's extremely dangerous. And these are like the kind of guys in like security outfits going like making sure people can get through without getting mugged. That's what the Castellans of the Rift are. But the muggers are Tyranids and Chaos and other bad things. And they're not going to steal your wallet. They're going to probably eat you. Something like that. These guys are the celebrants. They make birthday cake, I suppose. Because they celebrate.
Walwho.
Lol.
Uh,
They have a wacky.
these guys are the Celestial Guard.
A lolwho.
That's not a sororitas thing, surely. It sounds like it is.
Celestial Lions, is that what I see?
This is the thing.
Oh,
Celestial Lions, S tier.
Yeah,
S
they're
tier.
cool. They're
I don't think it's S. I would say top of A
What?
for one reason.
come on.
Their coolest thing about them is they get killed.
No. They're like,
All right, now-
Kenny Dubaku is amazing.
Does
He's
anyone
in
want to
Hell's
explain
Reach.
what about the Celestial
So,
Lion lore? Quickly?
Even Helbrecht likes.
May I?
Go for it.
So basically, the Celestial Lions are really cool with like their art style and stuff, but basically they had a bit of a scuffle with they were doing a compliance of a world, and then the Inquisition kind of nuked one of their positions where they were still fighting, and since that point, the Celestial Lions have been going, oh, the Inquisitors are a bunch of wankers, and the Inquisition didn't like how they were being like dissed, so now every chance the Inquisition gets, they just like mess them
Kill
up.
them.
And so, like, when they were fighting in Armageddon, orc snipers appeared out of nowhere and started picking them off after the main battles. And it's like, hang on, orc snipers? And then, like,
accurate orc snipers, apparently.
And then Grimaldus from the Black Templars was like, oh, I'm on Hell's Reach. Hell's Reach is defended. I'm on Armageddon. Celestial Lions are our brother chapter because they're Successors of Dawn. I'm going to help them. And he's like, you guys are a bit low on numbers. And I was like, yeah, we're not having a break. And then he's like, oh, you've been kind of saying bad things about the Inquisition. Not very smart. And in his second book, he basically helps Akenu Dubaku to purge the orcs, to reclaim his honor of his chapter. Akenu Dubaku's given a Black Templar fleet ship by Helbrecht, but eventually he gets assassinated in a later book, so that's a bit of a shame. They can't catch a break. And they've got like African, like tribal, like kind of symbology and stuff, and like, yeah, they're really cool. I like them.
It's very frustrating. Like, it's one of the greater parts of Warhammer. Sorry, Cotton, go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, no, you first. You had some.
It's one of the brilliantly frustrating parts about the Inquisition and just like the Imperium itself, of how it would self-sabotage. And it's so you get so annoyed hearing about it, but you understand it's so Imperial because they just a whole world could fall, but they're more worried about a slight.
Yeah.
So it's just so good though.
I was just gonna say, I think they should be S tier, but if we want to put them in A tier, I will concede on the condition that if their reasoning for them not being A tier is they only get killed, then the Lamenters can't be S tier either. Because the only thing that makes them cool
we can't.
It's the same thing though, because their only thing is, man, they get the shit kicked out of them all the time, don't they?
Yeah, and
but they're extra nice.
Oh, good, they're nice.
We're not having that.
Jeremy Golan was asking if we have a question of the week.
No, that'll be
that's
the
only
next one.
That's only for the podcast streams, right?
But thanks
to get
for
an
asking.
expert, yeah. But yes.
So let's.
We did have one on the last podcast. If you wanted to catch that one,
on why we love Warhammer. So this one is Champions of Thanatos.
It does sound like a cool name, but D tier because I've never heard of it.
Thanatos was that company that scam artist lady did, where she was like, "I've got a blood analyzer machine. I'm Steve Jobs."
The blonde lady with the never blinking
the crazy
eyes.
one, yeah.
Charnel
Guard, here we go, Eli. Charnel Guard, they're pretty cool.
They're cool. They're
A-tier. Look at that badge as well.
Their chapter master, or old one, I don't know if he still is, has an actual model.
The first one was Dominion Zevon, who fought in the Siege of Terror, and they're all like...
They're like zombies.
They have like corpse-like skin, they smell kind of bad, but they're like really efficient. They have loads of really cool old tech, but like the Blood Angels don't count them as a Blood Angel successor, like the Sanguine Host or whatever they call them. They're not part of it, because they're like, no, they're weird. We don't like them. Oh.
That's so bizarre. Like, they would comment, like, I'm not sure most Space Marines smell good, but these guys definitely smell bad.
Yeah, they're not great in that regard. Consecrators, Dark Angel successors. They're kind of cool, but they haven't got much lore. I'm going to put them in D.
D for Dark Angels.
Yeah.
If I sing an unoriginal Imperial Fist symbol, am I detecting another?
We just put them on the wall.
Are you ready? These guys are called the Contenders.
Oh, lol, who? Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a fun one. These guys are the Covenant of Fire.
Yes.
Possibly word bearers.
Nope.
No, Eli, get back in your
Salamanders. This is Salamanders.
Here we go.
They have one sentence of lore. Come
on. Give them A tier for the name Covenant.
It's a cool thing because they're basically Salamander word bearers, but loyalists.
Yeah. Wow, so
not A tier.
So unique. I think
I put it next to their
They have Covenant in their name.
I'm biased because I like Salamander's Successor Chapters.
I like these Salamanders. The Salamander successors are just call slop.
Anyway, Dark Angel successor, Cowled Wardens. They're purple.
They're purple. That's cool.
Yeah.
Get the out of here.
Yeah, they're going in C.
You guys have a sense of lore. Purple.
Golden purple is cool. Yeah.
Literally.
Next one, Crimson Castellans.
Stupid.
They look like a chess piece. Lol who. Boys. Crimson Fist.
S tier.
top
It's,
of
it's
S
earned.
tier.
It's earned its place in this.
Here's the thing.
Not above Cacarodons.
nothing can go above the
What?
Genesis chapter. That's the
They're
end all
really-
be all of Successor
They've got
Fine,
more
Chapters.
to
they're
them than the
second best.
Carcharodons.
Surely they're second best.
Well, I was going to say, which
Sure.
one's better, Black Templars or Crimson Fist?
I think
think
people
Crimson
will
Fists.
riot if Black Templars are not.
Yeah,
second.
I don't
love
care
them
if they
both.
riot.
that's
Crimson Fists are
too
cooler.
bad.
The first codex, I
Yeah.
believe, the Crimson Fist.
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah, but who
then
gets
again,
their own
Bros.
codex?
but then
still?
again,
I
Grimaldus,
don't care.
Hell's Reach, Hellbrecht.
Well, I'm a Black Templar. I use a sword
Space
and not a gun because I'm
racism.
super special and cool. And yeah, my first guy was really angry.
you know
That's
that
also
meme,
he's
though?
angry.
But you know what? I'm going to do this, and you know what I'm going to do this for? You know that meme of the two dogs where there's the one that's happy and smiling like a Labrador, and then there's the screaming one? If I put it in that position, it's like that meme, so that's why I'm doing it.
I think the Black Templars are more like, like people have like those slow-mo pics of like a pit bull, and then it's just like
Yeah.
if a pit bull's in motion, and it's like I would say it's just the one with like this like running up the stairs, and it's like the scary face going.
Also, Monty the Ogre mentioning the Rin's World bit with Alessio was like, Alessio, you've lost an arm. He's like, no, I haven't, brother. It's right over there. Classic.
It's awesome.
Okay, motoring on. This one is the Crimson Guard. Lol.
Oh,
Ooh.
are they? No, they're not the ones. Never mind.
Nope. Next one,
It's the Crimson Sabers who become the bad guys.
Crimson Paladins. Lol. Who?
Ooh.
Lol who?
That's cool.
There's going to be a few of these. Crimson Scions. Lol. Who?
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure it's the same chapter.
Also, Crimson Shades. Lol. Who?
No, there's
I
not.
love
something
the word
called
Crimson.
I
Can you
love
believe?
Crimson.
Before with this next chapter, can you believe what they've done to the Iron Hand successor chapters? It's criminal. It's
Yeah.
they already
Don't
have
have
no
any.
lore and no artwork, and they chose the same symbol for both of them.
Copy paste. Like I've copied your
What the
homework.
heck?
I forget the Iron Hands have Successor Chapters.
They do have one cool one. Can't remember the name
Yeah,
of
and
it.
it's not even this one, is it? Crimson
These
Talons.
Crimson Talons?
Yeah.
Like what the heck?
Let's put them together so they're
Why?
safe.
Why are they? Why? Whatever. It's fine.
It is
It's-
a good thing I'm not doing this list on my own because LOL will be everyone on this fucking list.
Yeah.
Crew or Blades, they're Ultima Founding Blood Angel successors. They
sounds
wear
cool.
like silver armor with a bit of red.
They're beats you. Sheesh.
I was just putting it there for convenience.
Okay.
D, I think.
Sure.
These guys are the Crusaders. Lol, who?
That's just a boring.
They didn't even
name.
try with that one.
You say that, Colin. These are the Dark Crusaders.
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
Is this
Can we
guys.
scroll down real
Green-
quick? Just a
DJ,
quick another.
DJ Beats is right. Like Andy could be making some of these
Oh,
up, and we would
no.
never know.
It's,
All right,
it's
guys.
still going.
Guys, all right, we're about to get through the dark ones. There's 5 of these. So
We're
we've
gonna
got
get to the dark one.
the Dark Eagles, lol who. The Dark
heck is
Hands,
this
really,
symbol?
really weird looking,
Wow.
like
That's a.
light for
I've
green.
never
Really
seen that
weird.
symbol.
They are so
It
weird
is.
looking. They are strange.
Oh, I know these guys.
Dark Hunters, White Scars
Oh,
successors.
these guys are cool. They actually have
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
book,
I'm going to
like,
put
some
them in
cool
B
lore.
tier because I like the White Scars.
There's one of them in the
And you can't stop me.
Damocles books.
Dark Krakens.
Yeah,
Salamanders,
This is the
boys.
This is the only one that I would allow to be above D tier because
Do you
they
know
have
what-
actual
Can we put them
lore.
in A?
There's an actual example army of these guys in the
Yeah,
Space Marine Codex.
They look cool, although their entire thing is just salamanders, but the opposite.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's fine.
They're not.
We like water instead of fire.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Dark Suns.
But you know the lore is pretty cool. I'll admit it.
Dark Suns going in lol who.
No.
Ultramarine successor. No one knows who they are. Dark Spires. Lol who.
Dark Spires.
All right, that's all the dark ones. Now, Death
Nice.
Eagles.
Oh,
no,
they're
it's the
cool.
Black
Oh, they're
Sun.
the depressed ultramarines, right?
Exactly. The depressed
Yeah, put them in
Marines.
B tier. Put them in B tier.
Depressed. They need a win. Let's put them in B just to make them feel better. These guys are the Death Knights. Lol who.
Oh, they sound cool.
That's a copy paste name. I can feel.
You say
the
that. Look
anime
how many
energy.
copy pasted. Look at these
Yeah,
two. Look at
they're all the
these
skulls,
two.
yeah.
Aren't they?
One of
Oh, I know the
those.
next. I know
Oh
the next
my
one.
God.
Oh.
Look at this.
Merry
Someone-
Christmas.
Do you think they just let the intern make these? Like
Probably.
once a year, they just want like elite. Just make us 5 successor chapters this year, or this
Yeah,
month, or
exactly.
something.
We
Someone
need one for
sussed
White
out here.
Dwarf. Death Spectres.
They're
Oh,
cool.
these guys are
they're
cool.
A tier. They're A
They
tier for
they
sure.
defend the area of the galaxy. That's what's it called again?
The Ghoul Stars?
The Ghoul. They defend
that?
alone the Ghoul Stars, I think.
They have the cool glass throne thing going
from
on,
all those
and
threats
they
that
die.
we don't know about but are super serious. We swear, guys. No, we're not going to show you the threat, but trust us.
I just
it's
noticed,
big.
by the way, you know, we had that weird like black hand on the green background in the bottom of LOL Who. There's another one of those coming.
Dark Hand, yeah.
Oh my god!
These guys are the Death Strike.
I've seen that symbol before.
Yeah.
but
It's because it's the
that's
Rainbow
quiz.
Warriors. It's the Rainbow
similar
Warriors.
to the
Oh.
Rainbow Warriors, yeah. But the Death
These
Strike
guys have no
some.
lore, don't right?
Let me just
Do they?
check, because I'm sure it's ringing a bell for a reason.
Didn't Dreadanon do that in the quiz answer when we did
Maybe they also
probably.
fought against the horrible things in the Ghoul Stars. We can't
Death
see.
Strike.
I love the Nightmare Engine of the Pale Wasting. That name goes so hard. What is it? Fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's just a case of
Yeah, Dreadanon says he remembers that name from the Dreadanon. Sorry, DJ B said he remembers the name.
Yeah. They're just
Oh, you
like
must have been watching for a while.
DJ Beast is like,
He's been
if
with us for a
Lorecrimes
long
has
time.
100 fans, I'm one of them. If Lorecrimes has one fan, I'm one of them.
he's
Yeah.
a veteran, and we love
Right
you
on,
for it,
right
Love
man.
you, DJ Beast.
Yeah, Death Strike are just their claim to fame is they look similar to the Rainbow Warriors. Oh well. Imperial Fist successors, no one cares.
I'm happy with the placement.
D. These
we're on
guys
D.
are the Destroyers. White Scar's successors, they're going up to B tier.
Sure.
No.
Yes.
Just having the White Scar's name
Yes.
behind you is cool.
Disciples of Caliban. Dark Angels, obviously.
Well,
Decent
it's-
name. Decent name.
Pretty cool badge.
Yeah, what is that? Like a griffin with a sword?
Here's a fun one. Doom Eagles. Ultramarine successor.
Oh, no, these are the depressed Ultramarines.
These are
I was
super
wrong
depressed.
about the ones before. Who were the
Yeah.
ones before?
I can't even remember anymore.
Death Eagles.
Death Eagles. There's something else. The Doom Eagles are the sad ones, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
pretty
one
sure
in the omnibus for the Blood Angels.
when I
Jeez,
painted my
it's
first
4 a.m.
ever Warhammer army, Battle of Macragge, I painted them as Doom Eagles. And I didn't even know what they were. Really.
Doom Legion.
They're cool. I
Leave
think.
it
I don't
there.
remember.
It is what it
I
is.
like how done Hal is like, just leave it there. Doom Warriors. Lol who. Dragon Lords.
Dragon.
These are one of the few non-Ultima Salamander successors.
See?
So
What?
not much lore, to be fair.
Who the heck are these guys?
Another one. Dragon Spears. These are Salamanders.
Salamander's successor, another the last
Cringe.
Ultima one.
Cringe.
They actually have kind of the more nicer schemes. Those are very pleasant, just like sort of off desaturated teal, nothing
Yeah.
special.
Teal boys. These guys are the Eagle Warriors.
Oh, I vaguely remember them being neat.
Emperor's
Put that
Hand.
put that hand down there. I don't care
Emperor's
who they are, what their lore
Emperor's
is. Put it
hand.
there.
Wait, we should high fiving.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Emperor's Hawks. Lol who.
You didn't even ask us what we thought.
By the
You
way,
just shoved it.
yes, everyone, we're in the Emperor's section. Emperor's Scythes.
You put that one in D tier because
Yeah.
it confuses you with the size of the emperor.
Yeah. Oh, this is a
Monty
fun
the
one.
Ogre, he's put they're cannibals. Which ones? The dragon?
Oh, that's
yeah, the
fun.
dragon spears.
Oh,
are the ones
yeah.
where they
Oh,
eat,
yes.
They eat the dead, or they eat people, so they don't be able to keep the memories going.
Aesthetically, at least, here's a fun one. Emperor's Shadows. Samurai
S tier.
Space Marines.
Oh, yeah,
S tier because
they
the
have
single
no
picture
lore,
of them
but
that
they're
exists
cool.
is so cool.
Yeah, they're like a White Dwarf homebrew
yeah, right,
chapter,
fine.
basically.
They're really cool.
But they're cool.
They at least have style more than anyone. Emperor's Shields. Lol who. Emperor's
Tridents.
Spears.
I was
Oh,
These guys are
they actually
actually
have a
cool.
book.
These
They
guys are
have a
actually
book.
cool.
These guys are
yeah.
cool. I really like them. I want them to be an A.
Although,
They're
to be
like
fair,
the Celtic guys, right?
leave them in
Yeah.
A because for the sole reason of I think they're Aaron Dembski Bowden, the author's like homebrew chapter.
Yeah.
And he made a book about them,
Ah.
and then he's never spoken about them or mentioned them since.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're like picked warriors. They're really cool. Emperor's Storms, Emperor's Swords, Emperor's Warbringers,
That's a cool name.
Emperor's Wolves. Last one.
It looks like a hog on that one.
Yeah, Excoriators, second founding Imperial
I've
Fists.
heard of these guys.
Kind of fun, but they have like no. They're the only second founding Imperial Fist ones I think, other than this. They have like a little bit of art. It's the Fist Exemplar that have
They
no
really
art.
second founding?
They're second founding, yeah.
Surely it can't be.
Yeah, it's them, Black Templars, Crimson Fists, and Fist Exemplars.
And
They're just like,
Souldraggers,
eh.
I think?
No way these guys are second founding.
They're
No,
second
they
founding.
are. What the heck?
They are.
Oh,
Oh,
Executioners.
Executioners.
Wow.
There we go. Jinx.
They're A tier at
unjinxed.
least, right?
I like
Yeah,
them.
the Fafnir ran
Cool.
Legend of the Horrors Heresy and Imperial Fist. would go on, known for his iconic dual-wielding axes and great friend of Sigismund, who would go on to found that chapter. I don't know what they're particularly known for, but they do show up again in the Badab War with, as you mentioned earlier.
They had a blood debt with the Astral Claws. That was the only reason they were involved.
And they side against the Imperium, and then they kind of changed their mind.
They had a debt, and then eventually they're like, we're not that stupid. But they're pretty cool. They have like 3 chaplains per company, and they have death tallies. So they like to collect skulls and then clean them, and they're like, chaplain, I have done this big kill. And they're like, cool, you're ready for promotions.
Gets a pat on the head. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Good little boy. Ooh, what's that symbol?
Exemplars.
Never mind.
Exorcists. Exorcists are cool.
These
Even
guys
though they get dunked on in Hammer and Bolter really badly by Lucius. A tier.
For people who are listening, does anyone want to explain what's special about the Exorcists? Do you know, Colin?
There are Space Marines.
Aren't these guys successors of the Grey Knights?
Are they the ones that get possessed and then come back?
They're theoretically Imperial Fist successors.
Oh, okay.
Aren't
but yeah, they get possessed and then the demon goes away, or they just die, or they go crazy and then the demon stays in there.
And then they go kill him. He's not worthy.
Basically invisible to other demons, and they know how to kill them and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
they're the Inquisition's own little Space Marines too. Sort of.
Fire Angels.
Don't know.
Never heard of them.
That's a weird looking picture too.
Firehawks are kind of cool. They're in Badab.
Oh, they're cool.
These are
possibly the Legion of the Damned.
Oh yeah, possibly Legion of the Damned. These guys.
Put them in B.
That's kind of their only thing going though.
Yeah, trick.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
guys, we've only got a few more fires. Firehawk. Sorry, not Firehawks.
We have a donation though by Eldritch, the Old Great One. Fantastic name, brother. Thank you. He says, I've arrived late and don't know all the symbols.
Dude, we're in F.
Well, you're not that late.
Yeah, you think we're anywhere near the M?
Dude, look at this.
Much more hope.
Stop scrolling down.
No.
It's already 5 o'clock. Oh my gosh.
It would be funny if someone said, can you name all of them after you? Justify your opinion.
All right, let's get through some of these quickly. Firelords, meh. Last fire one, Flame Eagles.
They're cool.
It's cool, but I don't
they have some lore. Okay, whatever.
Who's that?
I'll put them in D. Flesh Eaters.
Sure. Oh, S tier.
That's an orc symbol, I'm pretty sure.
They cannot be the Flesh tier symbol.
That's the Flesh Eaters symbol. They eat
flesh eaters. I don't know who.
But the thing is, they don't actually eat flesh. That's just what they're called. And everyone's like, you eat flesh? I'm like, no. They're a weird Blood Angel successor, and they're really honorable.
I don't know who they are. Sounds like more Blood Angels goofball stuff.
Flesh Terrors.
Yeah, they're S tier for sure.
Yeah, they have good. They have decent lore and novels, and
although to be fair, it's such a cool model.
They do have the only Warhammer book I've never managed to finish.
Yeah,
was the 40k Flesh Terror book, and it was
the one with the chaplain Apollos on it.
Awful.
I've heard it's bad, but I haven't listened to it yet.
I thought it couldn't be that bad. It's one with a chaplain on it.
Yeah, Apollos.
It was so boring.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Fulminators. They have some art, and they're getting like stuff recently with a game, but they're kind of mid. So I'm just gonna put them there. Golden Griffins. Cool art, but
we're kind of more like passengers in this bit now when we get to the one we don't.
Golden Halos, lol who. Gorgons, lol who.
Oh no, I know those. I think I'm pretty sure they're Iron yeah, leading there.
Surely.
Griffin Lords.
That rings a bell, and I don't know why.
Guardians of Celeste.
No.
A lot of these are lol who's.
There's a lot of them. Guardians of the Covenant.
I was wrong.
Put them there with the other. We've just like swapped the color scheme really blatantly. Halo Dragons.
I like Halo. Put them in S tier.
Hammers of Dawn. They're a real chapter.
I've seen that. I think they have. You guys actually have quite cool armor.
Yeah, it's black with
from
gold.
OWN, TRY50. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you.
Oh, it's light. Hello, light.
Wrath of the Lost should have never been written. I assume.
Yes, he knows the book I'm talking about.
Thank you for the monies.
Cheers, light. Harbingers. Well, who?
Harbingers of what?
Hawk Lords. These guys are no, they're Ultramarines, aren't they?
These guys have the weird. These guys are the most craziest color scheme. They're just such
opulent.
It's too much, honestly.
Helion Legion.
That's a cool symbol.
Cool name.
Pretty cool.
Put it in D tier just for that cool name.
Okay.
And symbol.
All right, Colin. Here's one for you. Heralds of Ultramar. D tier.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Honored Sons.
That's every Space
Gilliman.
Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a fun one. Hospitaliers. So Imperial Fists, they're like medics and stuff. I'll give them a
They've got the
Trying to,
Templars, now they need the
steal this
Hospitallers.
from the
I believe so. Oh, Howling Griffins.
Howling Griffins.
S-tier.
They're S
S
tier.
tier.
They're great.
Cool.
Just screaming into the void, going. Ah!
Just
I
don't
forget
ever
which
hate
GW
them.
writer it is, but one of them's got a pretty cool army of the Howling Griffins.
Nice. Imperial Castellans. Lol who.
Oh no, but that's
Lol
a neat
who.
little thing there.
Imperial Here we go. The Imperial ones. Imperial Harbingers. Lol who.
Another Blood Bowl symbol.
Imperial Hawks. Lol who. Imperial Paladins. Lol who.
All the Imperial parts.
What is this?
Imperial Stars.
this?
Lol who.
Imperial
Talons.
Star can't be real.
Lol who. It is real. Imperial Reavers. Last one. Lol who.
You give them a D tier. They have Ultramar.
Oh, you want to say Ultramar? Inceptors. There you go. They're an Ultramarine.
Yeah.
Successor, Inceptors. Invaders.
I vaguely remember them.
Ultramarines.
I feel like
Not
it's
enough
getting
to
made
know,
up.
I guess.
I've
For
heard of
those who are
them
listening,
before,
like
but
kind
I
of new to Warhammer, you're thinking,
I'll put them there.
surely these guys, like, I'm daunted by how much the lore I have to learn. We don't know any of these things.
Yeah, they
Invictus. Lol who. This is a kind of fun one. Iron Champions. Executioner Successor. I'm going to put them in D just because of that.
That's quite rare.
Yeah, it's one of those rare successors of successors. Iron Crusaders. Lol who. Iron Fists. Lol who. Iron Hawks. Lol who. Iron Hounds. Lol who. Iron Knights.
The
they
next one
are
coming up,
Imperial
though.
Fists.
Cool.
I know that one.
Oh, you know who's this then?
Which one?
Iron Lords.
Iron Lords. I love
Iron
them.
Lords, by the way, they should go top of B because they kind of have cool lore, which is that they are an Iron Hand Successor Chapter and they exclusively defend one system because there's a Xenos race that they have to constantly battle against for the sole purpose of containing it.
Yeah.
Because they believe that if the Tyranids ever got the biomass and DNA of this, basically they would wipe the galaxy.
Yeah.
There's something special about
That's
these
cool.
Xenos. So they literally have been. The only downside is their scheme is dog
Yeah.
shit.
Well, do you know what? I really like. I always thought like if I wanted to write a book, I'd love to write one for the Iron Lords. I have this idea of like them having like chains where they take a piece of armor from their fallen brethren from their companies and they have to wear them as capes. And I was like, that'd be quite cool. You can have like that honor system.
Well,
Anyway.
it's like speaks about them how like they basically a lot of them like sacrifice themselves quite bravely for this duty. Suppose like they can't seem to kill these Xenos. I think it's the Xenos you've never even seen. But it's like a rare and it's like a
They're
virulent
called
one.
the Oogly Booglies. Iron Ravens. Well, who? Here's a fun one. Iron Snakes. They're fun.
These guys are
Yeah, they're
these show
cool.
up in a few things.
Yeah.
In Gaunt's
SG,
Ghost, I
yeah.
believe as well.
Yeah, in Gaunt's Ghost, and they have their own 2 books called something or other.
There's a few artworks of one of them, and he's got like he has like lightning claws, and he looks pretty cool.
Something of an eye. I can't remember what it's called. I've got them on my audiobook list. Part of my ever-growing list of books.
We're making it through. We're chunking through. Don't worry.
Iron Talons, White Scar successors. They're going in C tier because I said so.
Just being virtue of Ultramarine or White Scar, they seem to get a boost, and I don't like that.
Here's a fun one. Knights Abhorrent.
That's cool.
It's a cool
but I
name.
don't know them.
Put them in D just for fun. Here's one. Knights of Byzantium. Iron Hands Purple Boys.
Weird.
I have
Purple.
seen this.
Dope.
Purple.
Byzantine
Dope.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knights of
That's
Byzantium.
all I've got.
We've got more. We're in the Knights area, guys. Knights
Oh,
of Eternity. Knights of Eternity.
No idea.
Oh, here's one, Hal. Knights of Blood. pretty
these
cool.
are the
They're great.
they turned into renegades and they eventually returned back to the
Devastation
devastation
of
of Baal. Just to essentially they die as a chapter and they reject Kabanda, the demon, in the very last end. It's very cool.
He has a big jaw of him. He's like, "You ain't shit, Kabanda." He's like, "What did you say?" And
Did we skip Crimson Sabers? Sorry, I interrupted.
I think because they're traitors, they're in my warbands folder, so they're not in this one. Sorry, guys. Knights of Dawn. Lol.
No one's is anyone here a big fan of Dawn? Just wondering.
He's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah,
He's fine.
he's okay. He has
He's
a cool
there.
quote.
Knights of Griffon or Griffone. Griffone,
Is
I
that a
suppose.
reference to Berserk in some way? Because
Maybe.
nah.
Knights of the Chalice, Blood Angels, they're fine. That's just what we say for them. Knights of the Raven. Guess who these guys
How
are
is that
successors
not
of?
just the Raven Guard symbol?
I know, it's
It
pretty
is.
similar, but
Like
you'll,
that's not even
extra
like a
feet,
rip-off.
but
That's
you'll
it.
note the trim is white, so it's not the same. Lamenters go to the top. Let's put them at the top where they deserve to be. Lamenti Mores. Where are they going in the list? Better
Shouldn't
than
they
Concaradons?
rightfully go in D tier? Because they should just. That's just how it is.
No,
They just lose, right?
Declan Gray says, "If Dawn has 0 fans, I'm dead." Hashtag Dawn fanboy.
Good to have
Appreciate
you
you,
here.
brother.
Fair
Appreciate
enough.
you.
Holding
Someone
the
has
last
to be.
wall up.
All
Manning
3
the
Dawn
barricade.
fans out there are
Right.
actually losing it right now. It's okay.
American
All right, well,
Marines
that's
chapter.
2 more than the Iron Hands fans.
For some reason,
Yeah,
boys,
that's fine.
this reminds me of Action Man or what's it?
How is
Cobra
that a
Kai.
space? Who
G.I.
Honestly,
G.I.
Joe!
You know what these guys are
who
called?
designed that one?
No. what are
Legion
they
of
called?
Night.
Wow.
Fortnite?
That
Fun fact: Legion of the Damned.
Fortnite.
Got to get them at the top.
Legion of the Damned
Oh.
is pretty sick, to be honest.
Yes, they are.
S
Thank
tier.
you, Heboric, for the 8-month member. You have the same default photo that my buddy has. Random thing that came to my mind. Warbands next week. Next 2 weeks. Yes,
Maybe.
potentially. And then Own again for the TRY monies. Also, if
Thank
I
you,
see
like.
anyone defending Howling Griffins, I'll find you and will rant about them to you. They hurt my boys, Soul Drinkers, and Soul Drinkers rule. You know what they do rule.
Light like Soul Drinkers. That's all you need
I
to
love
know.
me Soul Drinkers.
But he's their
Fortnite.
number one fan. He loves them. So when I started my channel, ever since I've started the channel, he's been in my Discord going, "When are you doing Soul Drinkers?" Well, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, I
when
remember.
I can do them justice, I'll do them, but not right now.
I'm gonna be doing them this year.
Colin, Ultramarine
6
logo.
novels though. 6
Yeah.
novels. So
Yeah, and I'm reading them.
I don't know who they are, but put them up.
They're called they're called the libators because they drink, I suppose. They like
The
wine. maybe.
Libators.
The libate.
Sick.
It's a wine cup. It's got an Ultramarine logo. I'm going to put them in C.
Okay.
Liberators.
They're purple.
Liberators.
Purple.
Lion Warriors.
I like the picture.
No.
Mantis Warriors. are
Mantis
S tier.
Warriors.
Mantis
S tier.
Warriors.
I love Mantis
We
Warriors.
love me
They're so
Mantis War-
freaking
I
cool.
feel so bad when in that artwork where Tiberius the Red Wake
Just like,
Kardon is like
looming over
literally
one
giant
guy.
He's
sun.
Just
wrecking
looming over one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever seen an Astartes shit his pants? Front row seats.
That's the closest thing it came.
I like these guys.
Yeah.
Marauders. White Scar Successors. They're going
Oh,
up a
yeah,
few
I-
ranks.
I've heard their name before
take
in
your
a few
word
short
for it.
stories.
I'm putting them in B because
Take
I'm
your
We
word
have
allowed.
to
they're
zoom
good.
out again, Andy.
Who's this? This is the Marines August. Ultramarine Successor. Oh, Marines Errant. These guys are great. I like these guys.
Are they?
They're a fleet-based chapter.
They're just Space Marine Space Marines.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
But
That's
unique
this
about
it?
list.
Yeah,
Their
but-
whole thing is they like
Yeah,
crusading.
But can I tell you a cool story about one of them, please?
Sure.
So he was captured. He's part of the Death Watch. He was captured by the Dark Eldar and taken to Camorra. And him and his mates, who were Knights Errant, Marines Errant, escaped Camorra. They're like the only ones who've ever done it. It's like, yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
that's Marines Errant.
Technically, some salamanders broke out when Vex was doing something.
I think
But that's
Anshi
not-
actually broke out. Shout out to Anshi.
Is Anshi a Space Marine?
No.
Then it doesn't count. Okay. Right. Next one is Marines Exemplar.
I've heard of it.
Oh,
The symbol's
boys.
cool, but nah.
Marines
Oh.
Malevolent.
Oh, okay,
S
they need
tier,
that.
S tier. Oh, I freaking love them so much.
Why do you
They're
love them? They're
so-
such dicks.
Because
they
people
suck.
hate them so much, and people like cry and.
Do you want to give the
complain about them
context,
so
Eli,
much.
for why people are so
The
Marmite
Marines
on them?
malevolent love
the title
achieving their
might-
mission no matter how many civilians they kill,
Yeah.
and they're just like huge jerks, and I don't know, they get the job done though, and they make people sad, so S tier.
Yeah.
Tushan
And
and
they
the
have a cool
salamanders punched one of them in the
Yeah.
face.
I've
Yeah.
just finished a video on Tushan. I had the bit where he's just there like going "Arr," and scowling at the camera. Like, yeah, that's the face he pulled when the Marines Malevolent bombed 4,000 civilians to stem a bit of the orcs for a
Oh
few
my
hours.
gosh.
Like, you guys are just dicks.
I mean,
But
they always
Frank-
win. To be fair, they have like a flawless combat record.
But the thing is, the captain in charge was called Vineyard. I was like, you're named after a wine lord. Vineyard.
They kind
I'm
of
pretty
defeat
sure-
the whole purpose of like.
Isn't there law
being
like they
Space
didn't?
Marine
They
means,
got
but-
they got ultra. They got Primaris reinforcements because they found a Custodes who was like injured and guarding some of the things. They basically nicked it off his dead body.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they got Primaris Marines.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's new lore.
They were literally like, we got
I
off
don't
the
know
back
new
of
stuff
a back of a
very well.
truck. But the truck was
Pretty much.
Estonian. Masters of Protolus.
Never
Don't know.
even. That's not even.
That's
come
quite the
close.
All right,
name.
hold on. Mentors, my favorite chapter.
Oh, yeah.
They're going at the top. Sorry, boys.
Sure,
Is
yeah.
it, do you think it's still canon, that part about one of them has met the Emperor?
I like to
Yeah,
believe so.
I think they're great.
Yeah. Supposedly, like, for people listening, the Mentor chapter pretty much does what it says in the tin. And they essentially work with Imperial Guard, and they often spread out and act as, like, sort of how, like, early Emperor's Children Legion would, where they act like champions for Imperial Guard companies, and they direct.
But I also love they've been around since like the original Space Marines, and originally on the tabletop you could have one in your army as like a special
Yeah.
unit. And I was like, oh, it's such a shame that that's no longer a thing where you have little tiny details like that where you could be like, here's a mentor, and he's there kind of with his notebook going, all right, guys, let's see your battle formations. That's a C
also,
plus.
Light's comment reminded me that Dreadon had a lot of funny Marines Malevolent videos back in the day. And that's one reason why.
The
also I
Game
like
Boy one I love, where it's just like, well, that's a good job. We bombed that orphanage. All right, here, guys, you're not going to believe me. Do you know what these guys are called?
the Marines something.
They're called the Meta Marines.
The Meta Marines.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, here's one.
Wow.
Minotaurs.
Minotaurs, they get S tier
Minotaurs,
for
we
me.
finally
I think
hit
they're
them.
cool. Asterion Moloch is pretty freaking cool.
Who'd win
Yes.
the fight, Tiberos or Asterion?
I think Asterion would.
Colin, do
debate
you want to
He's
give
fought Custodes, hasn't he?
for people listening,
He
Colin,
has.
do you want to explain
He
quickly the
can.
Minotaurs just for the uninitiated?
They're the High Lord of Terra's personal attack dogs. If they don't like you, they throw the Minotaurs at you, and the Minotaurs attack in full chapter strength every time.
Yeah.
So they have a habit of kicking the shit out of other Space Marine chapters that did something that the High Lords don't like. And their chapter master was going to get in a fight with the Captain General of the Custodes. And Mr. Captain General looked at him and went, I don't know how to beat him.
Well, yeah, it's like Valerian, who's like the shield captain, is like, I fought
Or
a lot
shield,
of people in my time. I don't know how I would fight this guy because he's so like unknown. And there's like rumors that he's died several times, but he always seems to come back. So like, is it the same guy? Is it
I think
he's even a robot.
Like, I think he's been on some ships that have like exploded.
Yeah,
and he still
and been
shows
launched
up
into
later.
space, and he's like, yeah, no problem. And he's possibly from Iron Warrior gene seed because Minotaurs, maybe they're Iron Warriors traitor gene seed. We don't know. Ooh,
And they stole
mystery.
loads of relics from other chapters. I'm pretty sure they have like loads of any chapter that's done like gone down bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, gone bad, not down bad. That's a different context.
Well, the thing is, they're like
they basically
also
take their relics as like a sort of like haha,
trophies.
get us back later.
And the thing
Maybe
is,
not.
they're really buddy with the administratum. So like the guys who do all the taxes are like their best friends. So you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
They've
so
got all
they're
the
like
best gear.
one of the oldie institutions of the Imperium that gets their shit on time.
yeah, and they get the best armor and weapons. It's like, oh, I see.
A big win for D. Doyle in the chat. He secured the Bretonia box set. Good man.
Oh, Colin's raging.
Look, I appreciate that, what has to be done to keep the old world going is what has to be done.
Well, yeah, as we say this at the time of recording, the old world has just launched, and we're desperate to keep that. I mean, GW, you can tell that they're testing the water currently with it.
Yeah.
Well, I think the water's been pretty successfully tested because half the things in the
Yeah,
store
for
when I
real.
checked were sold
Yeah.
out.
We
People are
got
hungry.
$5 from Eldritch, the old great one again. Thank you.
Thank you.
S tier, the correct choice. Their chapter master is the most melee out of the melee. That man got no range, but he don't need it when 30 feet kill zone. That's right, baby.
Leonidas in space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's another one, guys. Mortifactors. We're Ultramarine
They're really
successors, and we eat dead people. Fun.
I give them A tier.
These guys are quite cool. There's like I've heard a small short story part about one of them serving on the Death Watch, and then he actually had another Mortifactor on the Death Watch with him, and and his friend, which is quite rare in the Death Watch apparently, like to have another one of your chapter. And
Unless you're a Crimson Fist, because there's loads of them.
And his other Marine died, and they often collect like the ashes of their fallen, and they basically keep them.
They did leave the Lamenters to die, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind
Although-
of
But,
a
you
thing.
know, that's par for the
El
course.
Bozo.
So.
I have started the Uriel Ventress books, and like the first one is the Ultramarines and the the Mortifactors, and they're like, "Oh, we get to see our long lost brothers. I wonder what they're up to." And they're like, an hour later, they're like, "I never want to speak to these guys again. I hope we never interact with them. They are just weird, and I don't like them."
They smell funny.
They're like the chaplain. The chapter master's like, "Chaplain, tend to the warp to find like what we need," and they're like, "Don't use the warp," and you're like, "No, it's fine because we've done this for a while." And like, "Oh, the codex says no, it's bad in the book." Here's a fun one: Necropolis Hawks.
Don't know them.
I was just thinking,
They have
do you ever wonder
something
if like an
to them.
Ultramarine just straight up throws the codex at someone's face? Just as like,
You know what it'd be like?
Bam! This is not.
It'd be like in Darktide, the Ogrin with the rock, just and just kills anything it hits. Nemesis chapter. These guys are
They sound
Ultramarine successors. They were made entirely, I think, out of destroyers from the Ultramarines Legion, so they like blowing shit up. And they're pretty relentless. They'll go and see, I suppose.
Okay.
Right, we're getting for it. Night Watch.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't have
Nova-
any opinions.
Nova Marines.
Nova Marines, they're A tier. Actually, they're S tier.
Racists.
They're S tier.
Maybe not S tier. Maybe not S tier. Come on.
If Baltimore was here, he would give
Oh,
them
he
S
loves them,
tier.
doesn't he? Very
They're
blue.
really cool.
Should we put the Minotaurs at least above Crimson
Oh, yeah,
Fist?
sorry.
Just because some people might
Crimson
look at
Fists. Excuse me.
No, I'm going to put them there.
That's better.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to put them there. Because Black Templars are way...
I think Nova Marines are S tier, but I'll
Put them at the top
give
of
it-
A. How about that?
okay.
Okay. We're
You
getting
don't
for it,
feel
guys.
that strongly
Look at that.
about
We're
Nova
almost
Marines.
there. We're almost there. So, Nova Wings, who?
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of these, by the way. Omega Marines, who? Patriarchs of Ulixis,
Wow.
who?
That
A
does
lot of
sound cool,
Ultramarines
though.
ones, but
It
yeah.
does sound cool. I won't lie.
Penitent Blades, another Dark Angel successor. I'm going to put them
Don't know.
because I know who they are. They can go there.
Okay.
If you've heard of them, it goes above
Oh,
LOL.
did Sons of did the Red Corsair sneak on here?
Yeah, it
Where?
does.
Where are you looking? Where are you looking?
on below on the
Oh,
Right in
this
the middle.
one.
no, not even on the
in-
list.
We're not there yet.
Oh, there.
Oh my
there-
gosh! I
oh
see
my
another
God.
Iron Warrior successor symbol.
Whoops! I've seen that.
Oh my gosh!
These guys are just called the Penitents. No.
Oh, this looks like a Bretonian.
No, this
Like
is-
Yeah,
this is
whoever
Ultramarine.
designed
thing.
that.
Empire.
Praetors of
Chapter
Orpheus.
needs-
Slapped an Ultramarine logo.
That
Praetors of
sucks
Orpheus.
aggressively bad.
It's like Averlands, but blue and ultramarine.
Also, I know this looks chaosy. It's not. This is the Prime Absolvers.
Sure.
Better than the
thing.
regular absolvers.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We've got a fun one. Rainbow,
Rainbow
Warriors.
Warriors.
S
Yeah,
tier.
they deserve an S tier.
There we go. Put them in S tier.
Shouldn't
why
be
not?
successor chapters.
Yep.
Let's put them above the Marines and
They
Malevolent,
were
just
one
so
of the
it's like
founding
yeah.
legions.
good
Yeah.
boys,
But
bad
they're
boys.
not now.
Although looking at it, look how similar those two are. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
There is one that was
I mean,
earlier that looked like.
it's like imagine if you like sent your kid to school and went, "I want you to draw the Marines Malevolent logo," and that's what you got. Like,
I don't
close
think
enough.
kids. I mean, this is the question. Like, I don't think kids should really know Warhammer lore.
Yes, they should.
I was like 10 years. I told you.
Rampages, White Scar successors, they're going into C tier at least.
I mean, you
sounds
wouldn't
like
make
White
your
Scar's
kids
name.
read about the Demonculaba, would you?
I would.
We'll see. We'll see. It's the
You can get them into the world the sooner they can start paying taxes. Raptors,
S
Oh,
tier.
Raptors get S tier. They're pretty neat.
Marines.
Yeah.
For
those who are
I
listening-
would say A tier.
The Raptors are kind
What?
of essentially the most sensible Space Marines
But yeah, sensible
chapter
Space Marines go to
ever.
the bottom of
They kind of
sixes.
operate like a normal army in a way. They actually use camouflage
yeah.
and stuff.
They put the Marines in Space Marines.
These the crows.
Raven Watch.
Oh.
No.
Red
Look at that.
Corsairs shouldn't be
S
here.
tier.
So
No.
I got to put them at the bottom because
Fine,
I
fine. They
make a
should
mistake
be
here.
here.
It's in the wrong folder.
Yeah.
Who we got here? We got the Red Dragons. Who?
Don't know.
Oh, here's a fun one. Red Hunters.
Oh, they're
Literally,
S tier. They're
the,
super cool.
the Inquisitor's pet Space Marine
they're
army.
awesome.
Where they're like, we are Inquisitors. We have our own Space Marines.
And they just
Lol.
follow around sketchy chapters all the time.
Yeah,
They're cool.
and they're pretty crazy. Red Legion. Lol. Red Scorpions. They're pretty
Oh,
cool.
S tier.
This was a
Care
Forge
called
World.
my beloved.
This was this the Forge World chapter, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Which was.
So
Do
yeah.
you want to explain that,
they-
Eli? Because I'm not 100% on their.
I don't. They probably don't have models anymore. But Carib Column was a dreadnought by the end of it. I think they fought in the in the Bad War.
Yeah, they led the offensive for a long time.
They're suspiciously similar to Word Bears and Emperor's Children.
They also are one of the few chapters that believe the Emperor is a god. So they're like, when they were doing the Badab War, their chapter master was the one who's like, "You're on, I'm going to get you for the Emperor, you get." And then
they hate Xenos extra more than everyone else.
Extra more, they do. They hate them.
And they love the Codex a whole lot.
Yes, they do.
Do they have two chapter masters?
They do. I believe.
They have one that's
they split the difference
on their home world and one
they have one in a dreadnought, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They have one like who does the ruling and then one who does like the fighting.
Yeah,
I can't believe that there isn't a Bad War novel. That's so sad. It's just like the Imperial Armor books.
By the way,
maybe one day. To be fair, they did just do Acadia form. Acadia.
By the way, lads.
Yep.
Donation from Anthrax Crab.
Andy.
Okay. Thank you, Anthrax Crab.
Thank you, brother.
Funny name.
Oh, he says my favorite chapter. Oh, go ahead, Sokon.
No, you read.
No.
It's a disaster right now.
No, go on, you do it.
No, it's about his name. So read the donation first, please.
My favorite chapter is the Angels of. Is it the Angels of Angels?
Yeah,
whom due to the admin error must apply A to all chapters with angels.
My favorite chapter is the Emperor's Angels, Knights of Darkness.
Oh my gosh.
And they're dour and menacing.
My favorite is the Emperor's Angles because they spelled it wrong.
What did I miss? Why are they yelling at my pancreas?
I don't know.
What?
Did I miss something?
Has not found stable employment.
I don't know what's going on.
What I wanted to say, completely unrelated, I need to sidetrack more. We will never be end with this. Is Anthrax Crab. The name reminds me of a Dragon Ball Z parody animation where they wish for Frieza's spaceship on Namek to be filled with spiders with big dicks. And he gets hit with a truck full of anthrax. It's the stupidest thing ever.
Oh, we have another Eldritch, the old great one. He's balling out today.
Thank you, Eldritch.
He says, wanted to ask this for a while. Your choice of wife. You choosing a Tau, Sister of Battle, Eldar, or any demon which you pick. Colin, we know. I have a real wife.
L.
I mean, in terms of Warhammer,
I don't mean that.
If I could turn my wife into one of those, I'd turn her into a Sister Battle probably. Because actually, then maybe an Eldar. I think Sisters of Battle.
I'm glad they specified any demon if you pick. Yeah, I want a plague bearer wife.
I don't know. I to be honest, the only one I'd realistically be allowed to pick because of my ISP is Sister of Battle. But I'd actually like to marry a Sister of Silence because then I could get to know her. Because her whole life she would have been shunned by people, and I'd be like, "No, you're pretty. I really like your top knot, and you're strong and brave, and I love you." And
she won't talk back. Is that what you're going to say?
No, I'll learn sign language, and we will have tea and write books together and have a lovely time.
She also carries a massive sword around.
And that's a bonus.
Two-handed.
DJB sliding me up again.
Yeah, and no one takes up seating near us because of the aura she projects. I'm like, I love you the way you are.
If my girl ain't walking around with a claymore at all
times, and golden
my
armor.
wife came in and asked me to explain what I would turn her into. She was very pleased.
just say a devoted servant of the Lord.
Yeah, so she's
a living saint.
I told her that she's cool, so it's
Eli's on the couch tonight.
He is a very cool.
Anyway,
almost done, boys. If people are listening, almost done, brothers.
Red Talons. It's Iron Hands' only good successor chapter.
Why do they do this?
D-tier. Do you know why? Because I hate these guys. These are the Iron Hands that attack other loyalists.
Yeah. They're Iron Hands, so they're automatic D tier.
No,
why are they all Talons? Is it because of the Talons from the Horus Heresy?
It was because it's one of the clans.
Yeah, it was Clan Morgul.
And they're all Talon things?
No, these were made up of the
of that clan. They were like, oh, we have Clan Morgul, and there was several people in Clan Morgul who didn't die, and they were like, we'll make a chapter. So
these guys are actual, like, properly annoying. These are the guys who, like, they don't care about.
They give the Marines.
They just care about vengeance.
They give the Marines Malevolent a bit of a run for their money because Ortega was a bit of a dick.
They killed salamanders and
Ravengard
and other things just for no reason,
and they hate.
All right, what do we got?
Red Templars.
These are the ones who look like the fleur de lis. Oh, sorry, it is the fleur de lis on it.
Here we go, more red guys. Red Wolves.
Red Wolves.
Space wolf symbol. What the
That's
heck?
not. There's not Space Wolf Successor.
No, they're just called
No,
Red
there's
Wolves.
not.
They're not related.
But that's literally the Space Wolves.
I know they're not related. Neither is this one. They're not related
Whoever
to the
comes
Space
up with
Wolves.
these shows up to work drunk every day.
But hold on, while I'm here, Shadow Wolves. Who are they? Right, test.
What
Who
the
are these
heck?
guys?
Ultramarines.
It's the same wolf
No,
symbol.
wait. Who are they? Who are they descended from?
Are they not Ultramarines?
No,
Imperial Fist.
Imperial Fist,
Salamanders.
because
Oh
they're
my
related to
God.
Hell's Reach. Because there's that bit with the ship crashes, and Grimalda's like the Shadow Wolves. So they're meant. They were Aaron Dempsey Bowden's wife's homeroom, I think.
Oh wow.
So
Listen,
it's
Aaron, I'm not gonna lie, it's the wrong symbol.
Relictors.
okay.
The skull. Looks cool,
That
but I
skull
don't
looks
know,
a bit
really.
derpy. I won't lie. Like, let's be honest.
It's
Derp
wrong.
goes to sea. Oh, we know this one, guys. What's this one?
Do we?
Reclaim.
Oh yes, that's the
No.
they're the
Retributors.
Adeptus.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're the Astartes guys.
The Retributors from Astartes. S tier.
Retributors.
They did so much for the fan base. I'm putting them in.
It's
And then
not S
GW
tier. I
killed
bet-
him.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they
Astartes
are.
goes
I think
hard.
they
I
deserve
don't
S
care.
tier.
Astartes is great. Although
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a skull in a hand, but I always see this as a jawline, so it just looks like a dirty
Tomb
robot from from Team Fortress 2. You know, the robots with someone's hand on his head,
Yeah.
which is a bit dirty
Nice.
but fun. Oh, here's another White Scars successor, I believe. Is it the Revilers?
Are they getting? Looks like they're getting shot in
Ooh.
the head.
The Revilers.
Yeah,
They're
Lord,
getting,
right, they are,
they're getting the cat treatment.
Oh, these
Rift
guys are familiar.
Cobras.
Oh, never mind.
I've
It
not
goes hard,
seen
but I don't know who they are.
whatever it is of Cobra Kai, but
Oh.
that's surely
Hold
not.
on,
Oh,
Hal.
Raven Guard.
Just put him with the other one. This one, completely distinct from this one. Do not complain.
The
Slightly
background
more
is
white.
slightly less dirty.
And it's
Exactly.
slightly smaller.
Can you imagine if they like meet up in the same war zone? They both have to go like, "Oh, this is a bit awkward. We're in the same
They're
outfit."
like, or they're on the war zone. It's like, brother. It's like, I don't know you. It's like, oh yeah, sorry, wrong shade of white.
Oh, I've got to keep pushing. Do
you know what they're called, though?
Yep.
Rift
These ones?
Stalkers.
That's a cool name, but don't know him.
So these guys are the Sable Knights. They're Blood Angel successors. Because look at this symbol. Put them in D.
What have we put ourselves through, by the way, for this? This is so
We're
long.
almost done.
We're nearly there.
almost done.
Sable Swords.
You suck.
I barely remember
Lol.
them.
Silver Eagles. Lol. Silver Guard. Lol. Right.
No,
Eli,
Iron
who's
Warriors
this?
put them in lol.
The Silver Skulls.
Yes, it is.
They deserve like B tier. I don't know. They're not that cool, but they are.
I mean,
cool.
they're pretty
They-
cool.
They coat skulls in silver and then
Yeah.
put them in a trophy place. And that's
So what?
pretty neat.
So they're painters who can't be bothered to change their mistake.
Yeah, that's kind of it. They're
How
also
many people
Ultraman
here are
successors, I think.
literally listening to this, and you've got the lead belcher on the page?
Yeah, that's what I'm
right
thinking.
now.
It's like
I
they made,
bought new
they
lead
made a
belcher
mistake.
the other day. Or sorry, no, this is Null Oil. Different.
I still use lead belcher. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of like
So
the best.
it's awesome. It's a
covering
goated paint.
Lead
yeah.
Belcher's the tastiest paint.
It's tasty, yeah.
Ugh.
Silver
Although, like,
Templars.
This looks tasty.
They have,
Never heard of him.
they have really cool artwork, but I have no idea why.
Oh, I do know they have actual proper.
They have
art,
loads
yeah.
of cool art, and it's like, why?
Oh, also the Silver Skulls are a real chapter. They
Yeah.
were not. Yeah, some people I remember were saying when the Trays in Infinite book came out that they were actually just a myth and that they were actually just Trays in the Infinite, but that's wrong.
And then you're
They
like,
were just
slap.
mistaken.
No,
paint.
They are
nuh-uh.
real.
That's
It's
all.
just the statue was not of them.
Yeah, that's all.
Skull Bearers. Lol.
No.
Sky Sentinels. Lol.
I like the blue.
I hate this logo. He's wearing a
That's
beret.
silly.
What is that? This one's the Solar Hawks. Who cares?
Don't know.
Sons of Dawn. Lol. Sons of Gilliman. Lol. Sons of Jagatai. Lol.
That's
That's all
a
the
cool
sons.
symbol.
It is a cool symbol, and because
Sons of
it's also
Medusa is the
Jagatai,
cool
I'm
one.
putting it up here because
Can
Jagatai.
we put in C tier Sons of
Um,
Medusa?
No. Where are Sons of Medusa?
Why? They're the ones who actually had a civil war with the Iron Hands.
You rushed me.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wasn't ready
I
yet.
did a video
I
on
wasn't
the other
ready
day.
yet. I wasn't ready.
They're like
Sons
a bunch
Medusa.
of. They're like a bunch of
Dorks.
successor Iron Hands put together into. What did you say?
There was
dorks?
a civil war between the Iron Hands stuff
Yeah.
and eventually they had to settle it by just splitting the chapters or splitting the chapter into two.
There was a schism about
cool.
belief
There's
with the
some cool
Mechanicus, and they have a really good. They're like the best armed Space Marine chapter because they're so in bed with the Mechanicus, and they're like, "Yeah, we love you. Can I have that like multi-melter railgun? Yeah, here you go." And
it's weird because even the Iron Hands before they go into battle, they don't say like for the God Emperor. They say like for the Machine God.
Yeah,
So
but it was more of like, is it for the Machine God, or is it more like hail the Machine God, or is it like how many prayers do we say to the Machine God, or is it on a Sunday? Like that was the schism.
How much lube do you put on your dreadnought before you get in?
As much as you need. Sons of Aurora.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
This is
Sons of
wacky
Sanguinius.
symbols.
You made that up.
Wow.
Fun
Sons
chapter. Sons of Sanguinius, I'm going to put them there. They're kind of cool. They got a fun logo with the skull.
I think that is the most
chalice.
hateable name because all of them are sons of one primate or another.
To be
That
fair,
doesn't tell you anything.
Whenever I write a script and I say like Sons of Dawn, I'm like, I hope people don't think I mean like the Sons of Dawn, like this Sons of Dawn. It's like, no, not the chapter, the Sons of Dawn. I mean, in general, anyway. Sons of the Phoenix.
Oh, the secret.
Oh, are these
Emperor's
yeah,
Children.
they get
Emperor's Children.
A tier just for looking like Emperor's Children.
I love the logo, but it's like must be a bitch to paint, surely.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's so
I'm pretty sure
fiddly.
you can buy transfers of that one. That's kind of cool.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, here we
Soul
go.
Drinkers
Soul
S tier.
Drinkers.
Soul
Soul Drinkers.
S tier. Here we go.
Literally
Here you
top
go,
of
Light.
S tier for me.
Light's been waiting for this
Overrated.
all stream, and now he's going to go.
We kind of don't want to.
Don't
We don't
even
spoil
whammy,
it,
I'm
but
the
we might.
master baby mad.
Oh, guys, it's the derpy space sharks.
Oh, it's the original.
What the heck?
Cockardon
Well, here's the
symbol.
thing.
Really?
They're two distinctly different chapters, technically. It's just, look at
The
this
space
derpy
sharks
boy.
are a
It looks
different
like kind of
chapter
tribal, I guess.
to the
but-
Cockardon.
Because originally they were the same thing, but then they were like, no, they're actually two different. And I'm going to put them in A. Because look at this derpy nose.
That is so bad. That's honestly
How
one of the
embarrassed
worst
would you be
chapters
to be
ever.
like, I'm an
gosh.
Astartes. Which chapter? Space sharks. Oh, I have to wear this every day.
I feel like if
Oh,
I see
no.
that symbol, I'm hearing like the Into the Spider-Verse cheer, like
Oh, these guys are fun. These are the Star Dragons. They're Iron Hand
Oh, yeah,
successors.
they're cool.
They have a big friendship with one of the Blood Angel successors. I can't remember off the top of my head. And they're like best friends. So whenever they get into war, they fight with each other. And there's one point where the Blood Angels guys were like, we're kind of doing a penitent crusade. You should not get involved. And they're like, no, bro. You're my bro. I'll be with you, bro. It's like, I love you, bro. And so they're
That's
great.
already more lore than the
We're
rest of the Iron
docking.
Hand successors.
Yeah.
So
No, don't say that word.
Oh, here's an interesting one. Star Phantoms. These are guys who
Oh, they're really cool. They're
they
really
put the
cool.
smack down on Huron.
and they also
like big guns.
They're also in the Night Lords trilogy
think-
as well.
I want to put them in A because they're
Yeah.
great. They literally are the reason why Huron is like melty faced. Because they were the last chapter involved the Badab War.
Oh,
and they're
yeah,
like,
those
we
are-
are getting this finished. And like, oh no, here come the Star Phantoms. Poor guys.
We
This
should
one's weird.
we should both say we should tease. We're going to do another tier list after this, and it's going to be I think Skyrim companions
Yeah.
for the people listening. So if you're
Palette
wondering,
cleanser, shall we
if
say.
you're wondering, we're
If you're wondering when our hell ends, we're almost there.
We're nearly there. Steel Confessors. These guys are weird. Aren't they like
remember them being
super duper Mechanicus?
Oh yeah, are these the guys who were made by the mechanics?
Yeah, they're made by them. And they were like, that sounds like some
They get
heresy,
B tier for
man.
having actual lore.
Yeah, they're like, you shouldn't be here. They're like, we are
Is everyone
now.
C tier below got no law? It's pretty much.
Basically, I think.
I mean,
Kinda,
some of them
yeah.
do. Like Carmine Blades. Oh, this is the ones that are friends with. I'm going to put them with their friends. I think. Oh no,
Okay.
no, these are the ones that are Ultramarine pretenders. No, fuck that. I can't remember which one
Okay.
was.
So close, boys. So
Storm
close.
Callers. Yeah,
Are they white
No.
scars?
no.
Cool.
They're just dudes.
Storm
It's a-
Falcons.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Storm
Upside
Giants.
down, white
I-
scars.
Going to the top. Storm Giants. Storm Giants is going up. It's White Scars. It's Shaban Khan. I'm putting it in A.
Sure,
So.
they can have A tier, I guess.
Storm Giants are like mega big, like White Scars, like giants. Yeah. Yes.
They've been
Someone's-
confirmed white scars.
Someone just put their pauldron on the
Oh, sorry,
wrong
yeah.
shoulder, and that's how that logo came about.
Yeah, literally.
Storm Hawks.
No, come
Storm Lords. Nope.
Oh, there.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was wrong. It's the Storm Giants are the salamanders who are giants.
Yeah.
The Storm Reapers, I think, are Shabans.
Oh,
They're White Scars.
I was thinking Storm Giants were the salamander ones.
Yeah.
Them and the Black
Mantis,
Dragons were the only
Mantis
salamanders.
Warriors are on the list there in S tier.
Yes, they're in S tier. Storm
where the Red
Wardens.
Scorpions
They have a lot of art.
Where are the Red Scorpions? The Red Scorpions are like
B
in
tier,
A,
I
I think, or A or B. Someone's asking.
They're in A. I think if we put them in S, I think I got that.
Might be an S actually. To be fair, we
somewhere.
look at.
There's somewhere
We'll have a look
there
at the
is.
end, brothers. Don't worry.
Yeah, true. Sorry.
These are the Storm Warriors. Who cares?
Who cares?
These are the
Is that
Storm
a
Wings. Who
Night
cares?
Lords. Just
We'll get there.
I've done a video on these next guys a long time ago.
The Storm Watchers. They're a weird
Yeah,
video
they
game.
even- Oh, they're the, like
thingy.
They're from Inquisitor. That's
What, so
why.
they're
Yeah,
meteorologists?
Okay.
They're in the
They're just
Inquisitor
there.
game. Subjugators. Yeah.
That symbol, God.
Scythes of the Emperor.
Oh, these guys are cool. These are
Oh,
cool.
they're S tier. I think they just.
Ultramarine
Genius.
successors. They guard.
I love the Four-Armed
Thanos.
Emperor. I love the Four-Armed
Yes, they were
Emperor.
infected
A
by
or
gene
S?
stealers, and they got reborn.
I give them S.
S.
'cause I'm
Yeah,
biased.
come on, they
Cool.
deserve that.
Nearly
They were
there.
founded in the Horus Heresy-ish.
This is the
Taurans.
same symbol as before.
Yeah. There's
I
two.
guess.
of
Because we
them.
had twice. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but I'll put them in. I'll put them in there. This next one, oh, this is such a weird logo. Look at this thing; it's so ugly because you can't really see the difference between the shield and the
two
wings.
things looking at each other.
Tempest Guard,
Yeah, never heard of them.
the Unnamed. I believe another Dark
Well, they're not
Angel
unnamed.
successor.
If they're
They are
named.
now.
Okay,
The Tiger Argent, yeah.
sounds
No.
cool, but I don't know.
Tiger Claws, Astral Claw
Oh,
successors.
yeah, they're cool.
That's kind of
Somewhat,
cool,
at
that the
least.
fact that they still exist.
Someone
for
mentioned
me.
earlier, do we have any cat themed ones? There you go. Tiger Claws.
There you
Meow.
go.
They were the ones who planted the seed in their brain. Were like, oh, you shouldn't follow the Imperium. They
Yeah,
went-
because they
we-
weren't allowed to rebuild.
yeah, we got lost and they dicked us over. Here's a fun one: Tome Keepers. Do you know about the Tome Keepers?
Maybe at one point. but
They
not
are
anymore.
the official Space Marine chapter of GW because they are like the Tome Keepers.
Oh, it's just
Neat.
like how Black Library is named after, or like is
Yeah.
the real question is it named after the Craft World, or is the Craft World named after the company?
I don't know.
Do you know this, Colin? Because
Which
obviously
came
it's
first?
Yeah, I don't remember which came first.
And why is it called the Black Library? Because all the other ones are like Ulthway.
Because it's a
Iandel.
spooky name.
I think
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Dominator
surely it
just
should
is-
sound Elven. or
Yeah, but it's filled
Eldari.
with just lore on chaos and shit. So
Yeah.
I think because these are the mascot of Games Workshop and because they have lots of really cool art, I'm going to put them in A. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I need
Sweet.
Andy when there's a quiz coming up about Successor Chapters. If Andy's not by my side, we're
if
not
there's a
winning.
quiz about Successor Chapters, I'm leaving.
I was just thinking Colin's been very quiet this whole stream. I'm just
I
like,
think
I
Colin's
just
ready to
like,
move on.
I'm scared to
I
like
don't-
look at this camera in case he's like
Oh,
just
man,
fumbling
yeah,
with
There's
like
not
a
really
pistol.
time to have an opinion.
I-
on the
Let's
rest
I-
of
get
these.
moving.
I know minimal about Space Marines in general, at least compared
Yeah.
to you gentlemen. These are like the scraping the barrel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, guys?
Speaking-
And like
Sorry.
Go ahead, Colin. Go ahead.
I would say, like I get why they exist. Like I was like I'm positive it's because it's like, hey, it's an official, in lore chapter, but it's a paint scheme for your army. Have fun with the lore, and that's awesome. It's GW going, hey, look, we know there's all sorts of lore, but we make the minis too. Here's some for you to have fun with. That also means that ranking all of these bastards.
But at the same point, there are like 12 of them with slightly different hues of green, and you're like, we don't
Yeah.
need this many
Or,
green
or that
Space Marines.
the eagle right up there, the
Yeah.
slightly more white, slightly smaller eagle.
Yeah, slightly
Controversial
more tarnished.
opinion here, but what if all the rest of these were just in LOL Who?
Whoa.
I don't know any of them, so
There's
good for
gotta-
me.
There's got to be a
Yeah.
few we don't because there are some important ones here. But
I know one of those eagle ones.
yeah, well, let's get through these then.
Let's go, let's go. Smash it
Valedictors, lol. This one is the Venators of Osiron, lol. This one is the Victors, lol. This one's the Void Tridents, lol. This one's the Vorpal Swords. They have
they're
something
Name goes
cool.
hard.
They were in the Abyssal Crusade.
Yeah, we'll put them in D. This one is the War Bearers. Not word bearers like some
The
nerd.
War Bearers.
The War Bearers.
How
And
about
here's the
Craft
thing.
World tier list next? Actually, that's quite a good one. To you.
And this is a weird one. Here are two versions of the Warmongers. Don't know why. There's just two of them. Warriors Adepts.
I'm getting really annoyed with
maybe
these
I don't know them
eagles.
then.
Like these, the hook of the eagles.
Now, hey, to
thing is
be
getting
fair,
worse.
I think that one's a griffin.
Fair.
But it's not called the Griffins.
Warriors
Aye.
Tempest. I'll get through the rest of the lol who, because who cares? White Minotaurs. Then we've got White Panthers. Then we've got the White Templars. And then we've got the Yellow Jackets, which are a White Scar successor.
Bees.
So I'm gonna put them-
It's literally
gonna
a
put them
bees.
here.
Probably wasps.
So here we're ignoring these guys because they shouldn't be here. So who are these? So these are the White Consuls. They're
I've heard
cool.
of them.
Ultramarine successors. Their captain has a really cool model.
Yeah,
And
they're cool. They're
they,
like governors, right?
Yeah, they're like, we're politicians. And I think they also have 2 chapter masters. I think this is the one you mentioned.
Oh,
2
yeah,
chapter
yeah, yeah.
masters.
Like one of them stays home and manages internal
Yeah.
affairs, and the other goes off to
And
war.
they have this model that was released last year, I think it was, of one of their captains. And it's so good. I'm like, but no one knows who the White Consuls are. That's a shame. It's just such a cool model. And here are the
Dawn of
Wolf
Fire
Wolves.
books.
Talks about Space Marine successors. We've been through all of these. None of them have been Space Wolf successors. Here they are. We've got the Wolf Brothers and the Wolf Spear. Now, the Wolf Brothers went a bit chaosy, so we're going to put them in D.
Wasn't when Lehman Russ was really excited, like, I got a successor chapter. I'm going to give them everything they need. And then their gene seed melted.
Yeah, they kind of became a bit messed up.
Did one of them become the 13th company, or was that just the 13th company?
Well, I think
that
this
was-
symbol is kind of the 13th company symbol as it is. It's like, but again, this isn't like official. This is just like, I think, the best approximation of what they are. Because again, Space Wolves have got 2 successors. You might as well give them something. And this one is their Ultima founding, the Wolf Spears, which are pretty cool.
They've got some
Ultima
lore.
Founding.
They have a thing about they've met the Space Wolves and they kind of
Over
started.
the fucking ultimate founding is my version of Ratonia.
They shouldn't exist. The whole point of Space Wolves is they can't have successor chapters.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
Yeah.
Kill them.
But I think also
Kill
it was a
them
case
now.
of like Gilliman's just like, hey guys,
Put Belisarius Call in the blender.
so hey guys, I love what you've done with Fenris while I've been gone. Here's a chapter, and they're like, Jarl Gilliman, very cool. Yeah. They watch his ship fly off, and they're like, I don't give a shit. And then they just go
They
back
should
to
have killed them
leading a
all like the
legion.
Black Templars did.
Should we put the Red
Yo,
Corsairs
baby.
next to the Astral Claws because it's the same thing?
Let's just not put off.
Yeah.
Can we
I guess
just
you have to just
download
like,
it
save
as
the
it is?
picture.
Save
Yeah,
it down.
yeah, okay.
Where are those
We've done it.
guys?
We've
Wait,
done
who's
it.
that?
Holy
Who was that
flip.
last one?
Red Corsairs, they're in the wrong list.
we
Yeah,
did
it's
it,
your
boys.
own.
We did it.
Holy
Yes.
cow. I'm going to go check on the potatoes that I have in water right now.
Isn't
For
it
those
beautiful?
who are listening, we just rated all of the successor chapters. We will probably choose something much smaller as a list for the next one. Oh my lord!
How are we feeling after that?
My
Just
brain
a couple.
hurt.
Just
For
a
those who
couple.
are listening, we accomplished something which we have put ourselves through that, and we try to explain a couple of the. There's a few standout ones that have some cool lore there, though.
Yeah.
I think some of them are pretty self-explanatory, which is like Black Templars. We don't really need to discuss that. There's a few like I think particularly if you look on if you go back and see like A tier and some of the ones in B tier. There's some like nice, neat ones in there. I think particularly a shout out to Soul Drinkers and Kokaridons because they have they've got some decent novels behind those. So if anyone wants to like read up on more lore or have an army that looks kind of decent, give that a go.
Just a quick question. How many, just guesstimation, how many would you say were on that list?
Over 250.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
For
We
comparison,
made okay time.
I've looked up the list of all Elder Craft Worlds I could find. There's I believe
12.
23 items on this list.
Nice.
One of them
Wonderful.
is just Eldar. It's just the article for Eldar on
The
Warhammer
entire
Wiki.
Eldar.
That's not a craft world. One of them just says Craft World, and the other is a thing on the Craft Worlds. So 20.
Hello from Mr. Late again. TRY22. Thank you. Did you guys skip Relictors? I didn't see them. I
They were
guess we
there.
just-
I'm not going back. I'm not going back.
Also-
I'm not going
also,
back.
the people saying Dragon Ball Z tier list, just do not utter such black speech of Mordor. Here. Oh my god.
Dude,
1,000
I
tier
want to
list
rank
episode?
all 5 million Super Saiyan forms.
If you put
All Super Saiyan, Super
4
Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 4 goes hard.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. It's so wrong.
It's
Anyway,
the primal
seen
Saiyan
any of them.
form.
Okay.
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 Lads,
Well,
should
we do have
do
another
the,
tier list to go through, I think.
We have one much briefer one.
Holy cow.
God.
This doesn't have 200 options. This has about 20-ish. And this is Skyrim followers. And I'm just going to, before we start, I'm putting up a new poll because the last one was very long. This poll is simply, have you heard of the Cloud District? So check out the chat for your
Do you get to
poll
the Cloud
options.
District very often with my deeds?
There we go.
Oh, man, of
He's
course.
not an elf. One of our first.
Oh, Butcher's
classics.
Museum, I pressed the wrong one. It's so
Oh no.
I don't know who Adele
Yep, neither do
that
I.
bitch.
I
Adelaisa.
Put her in
think
D.
she's
I
one
don't
of
know
the
who
She
she
looks like
is.
an
She's the Imperial you get from one of the taverns, probably.
She looks like like a what they called Tamriel knight. What they called the Romans. What they called? She
The
seems to be wearing
Imperials?
Yo,
Imperials. That's the one.
people put in the comments what you've done to
She's
Nazim.
forgettable,
Let's be
D.
honest.
Yeah.
put what you've put Nazim through. And
Dude,
are you
Nazim is
Imperial
destined for the Black
or
Soul
Stormcloak? Imperial Stormcloak.
There's only one right answer to that question.
Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, there.
Ayla was the
Imperial.
most incredible thing 12-year-old Eli had ever seen. Yeah.
Amen.
He saw that wall painting. He's like, something funny's going on with my body.
Oh my god.
Who's this
who are
dork?
you?
I don't know.
Put him in
Uh,
D.
Who is that?
Nonna
Looks like just
Dormian
Nord.
says Super Saiyan God is the goat. Nothing comes
Thank
close.
you.
Ultra Instincts, brother.
You're
Ultra
you're out
Instincts.
of
Thank
your
you for the
fucking
$2.
mind. You're both out of your mind.
Atar?
I don't know who that is.
Whom?
Wow, clearly we don't play enough
I
Skyrim.
feel like that guy might have been. He looks like he's in Whiterun behind him, so I don't
I
know.
like how you
maybe-
can figure that out just from bricks. How have you done this?
Anakeki?
Who are these people?
I don't know who
know.
that is. Oh, I know who this is.
Okay,
This
I know
is
who- yeah.
Aranea.
she
The, like,
is. I think the dark.
Big soul gem thing. What's it called?
No, is that the
No?
dark elf who's next? Who's actually at the farm? You know when you. fight
Oh, yeah,
Alduin?
yeah.
She's
I
near the
believe-
farm underneath. Oh,
Huh.
was it something Grove or something? I don't
She's
know.
a priestess of Azura.
no,
Oh,
is she
she's
the
no,
Azura?
she's in the Shrine of Azura quest.
Oh no, I'm thinking. Of a
Yeah, okay,
different one.
that's what I was. That's what I was
Give her
trying to say,
D tier
the
because you
Azura
need
thing.
you need to not take the Black Star to get her as a follower, and I
Yeah,
don't know why
Craves,
you wouldn't
Black
do
Star's
that.
too
Yeah.
awesome. Also from Tom Warren, $5. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tom.
Erender is the best companion, and anyone who disagrees is wrong.
Oh, this
Oh,
guy.
Who's that guy?
The dark
That guy?
elf guy.
Oh,
what do you
no,
think
this
about
I
is
haven't had him before.
Arenda
Keep
is the
real
guy
with me.
you get from the Daedric quest of the dreams. It's with
Shit.
Oh, I don't remember, but it's in
Dawnstar. Dawn.
yeah.
Don't
Oh
start.
yeah. I
And
remember
he's
with,
the one
like,
who was
miasma
a
and
previous.
stuff, and-
He was a previous Daedra worshipper, and then he now
Yeah,
worships Mara. And basically, honestly, I'd put him in A tier because honestly, every time I end up killing him, because then you can actually get the reward for the
staff or
quest. I
whatever?
don't prefer him as a companion.
If they didn't want us to do that, they would have locked off an achievement behind getting all the Daedric artifacts.
Yeah.
True. All right,
Argus.
Argus. Don't know him.
I think he's one of the. Oh, he's the companion you can get from the tavern in Markarth. Nothing that
Wow.
special. He's a barbarian fighter.
It's the guy who you pay
Aphis.
for.
Quite frankly, I think all of the Mer should be in their own tier below D.
How do you spell Mer?
MER.
Oh, M-E-R,
It's crazy
okay.
how Colin feels so differently about Skyrim elves compared to.
I think that
Because they're the
every
worst.
Elder Scrolls elf should have their balls exploded and their heads chopped off.
Oh man, what else are cool
Like
though?
that?
Aren't they? Or are they still
No,
cringe?
no, MER.
MER.
No elves are cool in the Elder
And-
Scrolls.
And as far as slurs go, what does Mer mean? I can't remember.
It's not
just,
a slur. I think that's what they call it.
No, it's just like
yeah,
it's
just
like
what they
Altmer,
call them, yeah.
Dunmer, Bosmer. It's
Yeah.
just elf.
Yeah. Oh, just
CJ
elves.
hates
Okay,
you,
let's
but
put
Ayla
all
is
the elves
hot.
in there.
You know who
I'm
knows.
upset because I lost my god soup, so I need to blow up the fucking world. God, I hate the Felmore.
Anyway,
Belleville. She is from the it's the DLC with the Dawn Guard.
Mer.
Oh, I usually be a vampire. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
Bellround.
Valerian. He's also another tavern one, I think. again,
Elrond,
D-tier.
It's kind of goofy.
Benor looking very cross.
No,
His face is unpleasant to look at.
But then again, look at this guy.
Borgok.
He's
do you reckon kids nowadays are looking at Skyrim actually thinking like, wow, that game looks really old. It looked old when it came out.
You know what they're going to say, Hal? They're going to say this. They're going to say, wow, I love retro games. And I'm going to feel a heart attack.
Skyrim cannot be retro because it's going to be re-released until the heat death of the universe.
Yo,
Yeah.
David
Very
Hawthorne
true.
with Teldrin Sero as S-tier. When that comes up, brother, he knows what he's talking about. I'm going to rant about that.
Breliana.
Breliana, I can never say her name right. She was my first Skyrim playthrough, my first marriage.
First love.
First marriage in the
Put it in
game.
A because you're
Wow,
married.
very
to-
sweet.
I was a
This
dark
is your
elf.
your first divorce as well. Wow.
Oh no!
How old
Actually,
were
do
you?
you know what's really funny? In that playthrough, she died, like, and her corpse was just left
Oh,
in the
your
winter
first
hold.
widow.
I didn't know how it happened.
Well,
Oh
well
my
done,
gosh.
Hal. Your first widow at like 12. That's not bad.
This is so old. This
Wow.
is such an old version of Skyrim. It didn't have mods. Like it's just, there
Yeah.
was no modding. It was on
His
like the
mod-
PS3.
His mutton chops offend me.
Hal, let's put him in D.
Sure. This guy looks
Salam?
familiar.
And this guy's got kind of C tier. This guy, I
I'll
know who he
rock
is. He's
with-
in the Dawn Guard. He's got kind of cool magic, but I didn't really know you could companion.
Cicero's
Cicero's
S-tier.
S
Cicero's
tier.
S tier.
S tier.
Cicero.
Yeah, fucking
Can he
annoying.
really be?
I know he's annoying.
Can he
but fun.
really be a?
I think if you
companion?
keep him
With, like,
alive,
one
just
Yeah,
like
DJ Beast
If
says
you
that-
betray the rest of the Brotherhood and kill all of them, he's
yeah.
He's really good as well.
TJB says Hal's got to turn to necromancy. You know, damn right, I went up to that ritual shrine stone at the beginning because then you can actually have that stack where you basically fast forward time. You can have an infinite.
There's more
amount
than just
of,
warrior
undead.
stone.
Oh, it's the necromancy stone that's near kind of Whiterun, and there's a glitch about if you is it.
Yeah, Spiffing Brit
Fast-
did a video where it's like,
Yeah, you can-
Well, you know what you can do as well. You can get that crown that you make from the dwarven smithing quest, and you can
ethereal
just cast
crown.
it. You can wait, and you can go cast, wait, cast, wait, cast, wait. You can have like an
Yeah,
army
of
of people around you. You know, oh, this has made the game quite easy.
You know, damn well I tried that once because I mean, I fool myself every few years and I go, maybe I could do another Skyrim playthrough and I'll actually get close to finishing it. And I lie to myself every
You've
time.
never finished Skyrim?
No, I don't. I get to the point where I finish all the main stuff and I can start doing like mods and things, but I always get done with the main stuff and I get bored.
You know what I have a horrible habit for when I play Skyrim? I do everything in the game before I go to High Hrothgar and get the shout.
Yeah,
I'm
that's how
like,
it
I
is.
can't be bothered to go up the hill. I'll just do everything else in the game. Then Alduin's like, hello, everyone. And I'm like, he's dead.
Yep.
Koznak.
who?
Don't know.
Another one of the tavern things.
Can we put these generic NPCs in D
yeah,
as well?
that's-
Who
that's
cares?
not
That one's boring.
Are there any other NPCs? No.
I
Good.
doubt it.
Dirkethus. My,
He's one
my
of the
man.
very few
I love
Argonians.
Lizardmen.
Hold on. Can I just make a new tier
Argonians.
quickly?
Argonians are already in their own tier.
Wait. No.
Is a
Yeah, they're
problem.
S tier, bro.
Wait, wait.
Argonians
are
are in the
S
farm tool tier.
tier.
Tagothur was right.
Snack.
Wow.
Can we talk about how
Listen.
good the Dagoth meme whole thing phase was? That was so
That was
enjoyable.
awesome.
Yeah.
That was
I
so awesome.
love everyone in 40k. There should be no space racism. But when I'm talking about the Elder Scrolls, I am Talos's strongest racist.
Because he loves you.
You.
Durak.
Durak.
Another
Nice
Dawn Guard
ponytail,
guy.
bruh.
This guy is D tier though because he's generic. He doesn't really do much.
He's an orc.
That
He's
ponytail's not
orc.
doing anything for him. Aola.
Aola, she's
Is
a
she
Do you
the
guys remember what
huntress?
she's from?
No.
I do.
No.
She
Is it
is from
companions?
the Daedric quest of Nimira, I think. This is the one that's in Markarth. And she's one who you have to trick the priest of Mara, I think.
Oh
to,
yeah.
and you basically eat him. And you get the
Oh.
Nimira
Oh, yeah.
ring. And then you can, it gives you like, I think 50 stamina or something like that. It gives you a bonus. And then
How
you
is
can
a-
eat.
Dude, half
eat corpse.
of Markarth is full of cannibals. There's like half the named NPCs that feed.
They're
She's
just
not
like,
that
I'm
strong.
hungry. Gotta do what I
She
gotta
is
do.
C tier, I think. But she's not like that strong. She can't. She's only max level 25, I think.
Who the hell calls themselves
How do you,
Eric
you
in
know so much
Skyrim?
about Skyrim, Hal?
Even
Holy
with a
cow.
K.
Bro, I
that's
have played.
stupid.
I know Skyrim. Literally, I'm a little bit older than you, so this is like we didn't have anything else for a while. So.
Yeah.
Put Faendal and Myr.
Yeah, Faendal is
Stupid dumb
simp tier.
face.
Freaking. Yeah.
He is in
Stupid romance.
To be fair though, he's the one of the few people you can get like you can kill him early on and get a good bow.
Farkas is A tier, and hear me out. He would be S tier, but by taking Farkas over Ayla, you cannot take Ayla, and that's
that is a fair
Very
point.
true.
But then again,
Very
there
true.
is an old saying that I remember as a kid called "bros before hoes." I don't know.
I have something that will kind of ruin it for you boys. Do you know there's a whole thing about in the game code about why Ayla can't be turned into a vampire? Because you can obviously turn some spouses into vampires.
Yeah, she's a werewolf.
It's because she's promised her. There's another werewolf guy who's the brother of Farkas who dies, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
the bald one. The reason Ayla won't turn into a vampire is because she still wants to basically turn to when she dies, she wants to go to her scene and be with the other guy. So therefore, she doesn't actually give a crap about you.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
I know. So Ayla
still marry her, so I'll just slide on in there.
Ayla unironically A tier.
Freya.
Who is Freya?
She
I don't
is
have companions
She's not a snitch.
what's
Lord
the
lady. Is she from
DLC which is in
Dragonborn?
the Northern
DLC?
Island?
so
Oh,
many ones on
that's
DLC.
Dawnguard.
No,
Yeah.
not Dawnguard.
Is
The
it?
other one.
In
Dragonborn?
In Solstheim.
Solstheim. This is the Dragonborn.
You go around with her and kill the little Reiklings and stuff.
You can go back to Morrowind and learn that the Dark Elves are just as racist as the Nords.
See,
Alright, who's next?
Goldeer.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know him.
Okay.
Gorbash. I like the name. Give him a C.
He's one of
Because of the name.
That's like a
He's
Lord
the guy
of
who
the
helps.
Rings orc name.
I think you have a quest with him because he's letting you into the
the fuck is
tribe
Gregor?
things.
Gregor.
He is a
What the heck? How?
thingy. No, he's not a special. He's another
encyclopedia
tavern
knowledge.
thing. I'm pretty sure he's a tavern one.
Maybe you should start making some Elder Scrolls videos.
Yes,
I do. Well, to be fair, I learned one of the first things, lore things I ever watched on YouTube was the Elder Scrolls shoddycast videos of. That's the first lore content I ever saw was shoddycast.
Yeah, I used to watch lore videos for it, but I haven't in a long time.
Ilya?
Maya, or is that Ilya? Ilya.
I'm drawing a
I
blank
don't know.
on this one. Don't know.
If Hal's drawing a blank, she cannot be above D tier.
No.
Ingard.
That does not look like a Skyrim picture. That looks like a completely different game.
No, it is. This is the
Weird
right
picture.
I don't
I know it is,
Ingard.
but it just looks weird.
Ingard.
Ingard,
Yes.
I don't know. Iona,
Oh, she looks
I've seen
familiar.
that NPC before, but it's unimportant as hell.
She looks snooty.
Janessa is the
Janessa,
dark
is
elf
she-
who's in Whiterun. She's
Yeah.
also she can train you in something like, or she's a thief as well. She's
Mer-
all right, kind of C tier
Yeah, she
though.
would be.
Yordis.
Jordis? Who is that?
Jordis doesn't look like a. Oh, Jazargo S tier.
Jazargo.
Jazargo.
Oh,
I
S
love
tier.
it.
S tier.
Jazargo is great.
Jazargo.
Jazargo. Right.
He's the only one who can cast chain lightning, and
Yes.
he can
Big
get to,
man.
he can actually
He's a good man.
one of the few NPCs who can actually get to level 100.
If Jazargo was real, I would go to his place and I would say,
But
"I
he
love
can still
you," and I
die.
would pet him. Pet
He's
his
no
whiskers.
Mike the liar, but he's
Jazargo wants you to like this stream, please.
Carjo?
Please like and
Carjo?
subscribe. For
Carjo
I
is
don't
one of
know,
the.
but he's a cat. And that's
I'm pretty
fun.
sure he's one of the Khajiit. He's on the caravans.
Yeah,
isn't
he's
he?
one.
Can we,
if
can
you
we
do a
put all the
quest
Khajiit that aren't Jazargo in their own tier list? For like
No, wait, this is
Addict?
sorry.
They're in the
So,
Mer tier list. Come on, we know it's right.
Yeah, Palinol did nothing wrong.
Yep.
Oh, someone made it. I saw a great meme, which is
Oh
like,
my
what
gosh.
would they do if they chucked all of the
cat.
who's is it Ozzy Osbourne's? Who's the Osbourne? Who's the daughter?
Sharon. Oh,
Kelly.
Oh man.
Kelly.
And someone made a remake of the meme of like, it's like Donald Trump, the toilets meme, and then someone went like, "Oh, what would you do if you got rid of
Skibbity
all of
toilet?
the Khajiit out of Skyrim?" Yeah, Donald Trump. And who would steal your moon sugar? It's like
Where you go? What?
I have
great
no idea
meme.
what he's doing.
It was a meme.
That
I
was-
saw.
You're gonna have to put those pieces together another time for me, buddy.
We're gonna need a
Um,
diviner.
Lob.
Another orc stronghold.
Funny name.
Lob has a great name. He's going in 18.
Lob's got-
Lob. Because anytime you're struggling, you lob him.
It's a British term.
Oh,
when you want to
gosh.
throw something far, you
Yeah,
lob it.
lob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
that's-
that.
That's not a
Lydia.
Lydia's
I like
Mer.
Lydia.
Lydia's Mer too. Come on.
No, but her,
Get that street trash out of my game.
What's wrong with Lydia? What's wrong with Lydia?
For all the people who had who
Just look
married,
at her.
White run.
Can we have a moment of silence for all the people who married Lydia because they didn't know they could marry someone else?
Hold
man.
on. We need to do something here. Hold
I'd
on.
rather carry a wooden plank around. Like, what's the freaking difference?
You're gonna make it tier list for fucking Lydia.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Feels like Lydia's pack horse tier.
Yes, she is. Oh my gosh. Although I'd rather build a pony over freaking Lydia. That's for
All right.
Oh.
Mercurio.
This was the
skull.
first companion I
name.
ever hired. He's in the
pretty
tavern
pretty
in
great.
Riften. And he's a mage and he's alright. B for nostalgia. That's
Sorry.
it.
Next is
First time I ever reloaded a save in a game was
Mjol.
because he did.
Mjol,
Oh, Mjol is
S-tier.
S tier.
Meow, my beloved.
why?
Because
No,
you can-
Mule is
Look at her,
A
she's
tier
cool.
because you marry her and her fucking simp comes with to live in your house.
I know.
But you get a cool axe. You get a cool axe from her.
I don't
quest.
care. I don't want her. I don't want him in my house.
Thing is,
What's the name of his
thing
sword?
is-
The sword again, guys?
Just don't marry her. Bro. I don't know. But
Thing
she's
is,
cool.
anytime anyone mentions like you get cool gear in Skyrim, it's like there is an overabundance of gear, and you can make gear that's
Yeah.
better than anything you find. I find
But
after an
Meow's
hour of
also, like,
playing, you're like,
DJ
I
B
don't
said
need
he
anything.
sacrificed him to Boethius.
That's a good way to get
Genius.
rid of him. But Meow's like the only nice person in all of Riften, basically. Other than like the homeless lady.
Mjol also gives you, is it Grimm's Saber or Grim Saber?
That might be right.
The glass sword that has the unique enchantment.
Isn't
and-
Riften the thieving place?
Who's this next one?
Mjol,
Miata,
like, but also Mjol. Mjol can't die. That's one of the few
What?
things as a companion she's really good at. She actually can't
Miata,
die.
Nyalda. She's
Miata
got a
deserves
stupid
Lydia
hat.
tier for wearing that stupid helmet.
Oh, she's one of the companions in
Companions,
Whiterun.
Fucking
Oh, goal.
Ogul.
B tier. B tier.
Oh my gosh,
Sorry,
I love
A tier
Works.
with Lob.
Yeah, make sure you guys like the stream and video for
Lobogol.
please.
Yeah.
If you made it this far.
But no,
Can we
I'm
pull one out for Logol?
Gorbash is going there. Lobogolabash. Onmund.
Don't know.
Stupid.
D.
He's one of the wizards. Wizards in
Rallis.
Whiterun. No, wizards
Rallis
in
is
Winterhold.
This guy looking like
The
Sting.
fact that there are
Onmund.
any
Mer-
dark elves above Murtier.
Ornament is the human wizard in Winterhold. He's actually pretty decent.
Hold on.
Rhea.
Rhea.
Who's that?
Is this
I
the
like
lady who's missing in Whiterun and the guys are like, have you seen this
No,
lady?
no, that's
No.
I don't remember her name, but that's not
And
her.
that lady deserves everything she got, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know who this is, but I've been liking the Talon Desert Raiders, and they're wearing the same garb. So
Hmm.
Rhea is one of
Thumbs
the
up, I guess.
companions, I think, in Whiterun you can marry.
In my time of
Pierogi.
need, God, that's the what is
It's
her name?
Pierogi.
Never heard of that.
Pierogi. Has she
Looks
got
like
an
a girl.
Elder Scroll on her back? Who's this?
Sir-
It's
Sadia.
Sadia.
because it's
S-tier.
Serena, yeah.
Who is she?
Yeah, she gets S tier.
She's
She's the same-
Yes, Ron is S
Why
tier.
is she got
S
an
tier
Elder
for the same
Scroll
reason
here?
Ayla is.
Why does she have an Elder
She's
Scroll?
the
Because
companion
it's
from
in the quest line.
Because
Dawn
yeah,
Guard,
you go
yeah.
find one.
Oh,
She's a vampire.
I don't remember
It's Sadia, by the way. I looked it up.
Ah.
I hope she's executed in the public square of some
Yeah.
Redguard city.
that.
Stenvar.
Stenvar. I think I sacrificed
guy.
this guy to get that basic quest done. I just went to Whiterun and I was like, "You game?" He's like, "Yeah." I
Oh
was
my
like,
god, this is like the nobody who's in the tavern in
Yeah.
what's the one?
Winterhold, is it? Windhelm.
And
yeah,
he's
where,
like in the is it the
Stormcloaks are.
candle half something like that? And like remember, I've only ever interacted with this guy because of the sacrifice to Boethia thing.
Yeah, me too.
There's
yeah.
no other because he's the closest one you can walk there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sven.
Sven.
Can we put
is the same
Sven right
as-
above Feindal
Yeah,
and Lydia
Feindal.
tier? He's the simp.
Where's
Yeah,
Feindal?
He's
on the
in
bottom.
Myr.
Feindal's on the very bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's that dude.
Oh,
you
he's
walk
that,
into Riverwood.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
No,
That
no,
guy.
put him. No, he's not a Myr, so put him up. Put him in Lydia,
Lydia
tier.
tier,
Okay.
yeah.
Talvas.
Myr.
I'm drawing a blank on this guy. I don't know if he's
Teldrin.
from the...
Hold on. He's in the DLC.
Oh, S
He's
tier.
got a cool helmet.
S tier.
He's cool.
I
S tier.
literally started a playthrough last year and I just went there by accident and I found him and I was like, oh my god, he's good. He can summon, he does fireballs, he has a cool sword, he's great.
This
And he's
guy's
always
a,
like, I went to an adventure here once and he's got loads of stories. He's great. I love him.
He looks like
Fat Mark.
someone from the Elder Scrolls cosplaying as the Fallout New Vegas Caesar's
I
Legion.
feel like he's got like a bit of Terry Pratchett in him and that's why I love him. Teldrin's great. I'm
He's
putting
honestly one of the better
Pretty sure he's a
companions just
Myr,
because of
but
his
no,
combat
it's whatever.
He
abilities.
is, but he's Mimer, so don't you
cool.
start.
Erinda should not be an S tier, so it annoys me. So.
Torvar.
Is he's one of the
Companion.
thieves?
Guy.
Thieves Guild?
Oh, that's the aqueduct, isn't it? That's Thieves' Gold, Torvar.
Ugor.
Ugor. We know exactly where that goes.
Ugor. This is the lion
Uthgerd.
lady.
She's the one in plate
You fight,
mail.
you fist fight her.
Yeah, you punch her in the tavern. She's like, I
She's-
like you. And she joins you.
She's got quite the face.
I think she gets B tier.
She's
because
tough.
she's the
She's
only
great.
one of those brawler companions that I actually remember.
I only remember her just because of every playthrough I've done. I immediately leave. What's the first starting area where we get attacked? It's
River Run?
Helgen. I leave Helgen,
Helgen.
and I decide I want to do a heavy armor playthrough. So I hire her, take her out to the woods, and execute her.
Oh my god!
So I can get the plate mail.
Couldn't you just take it from her?
What, steal it?
Buy it!
No,
It's
because you don't
plate.
need
It's
it.
Can you
steel
just-
plate. It's not
I'm like
expensive.
level 4, and I've
Is it
got
not in
Kill
your
Plate.
inventory?
2 bandit strongholds, and you can
But
make
is it not
Skyrim
in?
for 10
Is it
No,
not in
minutes.
your
because the
inventory?
mail,
though?
the plate she has is a few levels above what you can already get, so that's the earliest you can get it.
It's
This guy-
just any
Transmute.
bandit stronghold.
Go north of of Whiterun, get the
Oh, yeah.
transmute thing, transmute iron into gold, and buy whatever you like. That's the way to play the game.
Just
not-
start making jewelry. Get smithing to
Bro,
5
I'm
million.
on the run
Oh
from the
gosh,
from
oh
the.
my
I
gosh.
killed a giant
Or-
with the companions.
What?
I
Or
walk
if
into
you're-
Whiterun. I
Oh,
go
that's
grab
weak.
the heavy plate mail.
Or
and
if
I'm
you're a
already
pro-
talking to the goddamn.
Or if you're a pro, you
Oh,
teleport to
yeah.
Dawnstar, you go to the invisible chest, take what you like, done. No
Oh,
problem.
boo, boo.
Boo, don't you boo
Oh.
me.
You guys don't
Um,
care about her. You're just
They have
lying.
Tom Warren for $5. Thank you, Tom. Sven is great because he's just some guy you make follow you for the whole game. Also, you can steal Camilla from him.
You can. You get
That
the
is
golden
very
claw
funny.
back, and I think she
Nice.
becomes eligible for
Yeah,
marriage.
every time it's like, oh, you return the golden floor. It's like, thank you. It's like, cool, yeah.
Dude,
My
you can cuck
Valmir?
Sven and a Myrrh. What's
Don't
not to
remember
love?
that, yeah.
Voldemar.
Don't know him.
Oh,
guess.
Vilcus is. A
Oh, I
tier,
hate
I'd
this
say.
guy.
He's
I hate this
cool.
guy.
I think he's
'Cause-
A tier at least. He's
I
not.
hate
He's still
him.
got good lines.
I'll
He's
put
not
him
character.
because here's the thing:
Who
his
is-
first interaction was like, "Oh, hello there, clean my sword." It's like, "Clean your own sword, you git."
He
Oh,
does
yeah,
call
he's
you,
like,
he calls you a
go-
weakling.
Yeah,
Go fetch
screw
my
that guy.
sword from the
Go get my
Sky
sword, and the
Forge.
blacksmith is like, "He's a bit of a dick," and I was like, "Yeah, he is."
It's
Or
funny
stag.
starting the companion's quest like level 60, and then he calls you a weakling. You're like,
Yeah, and like he's like, "Fight me," and I just go like, "He's like, oh, you're not that great." It's like, I was holding back.
I
Vorstag.
like going through the
Yeah.
final companion's quest as a mage because I like to imagine that all of them are just sitting there watching their greatest champion throw fireballs around.
Yeah,
I mean, the greatest thing in the game is becoming the Archmage of Winterhold, and you basically know no magic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
and there's
That's
one
such a
bit where the
disappointing
guy's like, "We're
thing.
gonna learn some magic," and you do that.
Soon
once.
has your back. The guy who guards the Dragon Bridge in Salmagard, he's like, yeah, I wish more of those
Yeah.
Nords would still remember magic's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vorstag,
Vorstag.
never heard of this guy.
Some guy.
cool. I guess that's that.
There we go. Well,
I think we have-
that was easy.
Remember, kill Myrrh, behead Myrrh, kill all Myrrh, burn down Myrrh orphanages. I hate Myrrh. Elves in the Elder Scrolls deserve to die. The only good one is Naranya, and that's because she admits she's in Windhelm for war profiteering, and I can respect the hustle.
Nice.
I mean, we should also mention that the Mer are currently destroying. There are certain buildings, I think, all across Tamriel.
The towers.
The towers that hold the world together, and the Mer are trying to destroy them because they think they'll turn back into the old versions of themselves.
They
And
want
they'll
their
basically kill
stupid
everyone.
god soup back.
They'll basically turn into soup, and
I think the
Jeez.
last few are going to give them problems because I think one of the towers is a meeting that already happened.
yeah, so it's just
Some of them are weird.
oh god no. Oh
At
man,
least
I wish
one of
we-
them is also.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
So at least another tower I think is the Numidium. So good luck destroying that because it's just a warlord titan.
I would love to do a Tamriel like tier list thing though. That because I Skyrim was like my. I think I've played Skyrim for probably 500 hours at least, which is not crazy considering like if you've done like if anyone here has ever played League of Legends or
Rookie
Yeah,
shit.
I have
Wow.
2,000 hours in Dota 2.
yeah, like it's not even the same
scumbag
thing.
I am.
But in terms of just playing
man.
Skyrim, I think I've done probably like 7 or 8 playthroughs.
Well, I remember
I have,
when
like-
when I was a teenager, Oblivion came out on the Xbox 360, and I remember it was summer holidays, and everyone was like, "Oh, do you have a good summer holidays?" And he's like, "Yeah, what did you do?" I was like, "I played Oblivion." They're like, "Did you do anything else?" I'm like,
Nice.
"No." spent like 300 hours playing Oblivion. It was great.
I've probably played like 500 hours in total throughout lifetime, but I don't know nearly as much as you do, Hal.
Yeah, I've probably done that, and I don't know most of the characters. I didn't even remember if Nazim was an elf. I'm like, oh yeah, it's that guy.
An elf, really?
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's a red guard.
Okay, he is just a dude. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, this is how I just started YouTube because I found out a weird sort of reservoir of just general like lore knowledge, like quite a lot of like fantasy universes and science fiction ones. I kind of have had an interest in. Like Warhammer's my favorite by far, but it's not the only one I've had a passing interest in. And Skyrim, because like Skyrim came out 2011 and I was still in school, so I remember that coming out.
I
God.
I think I was in 8th grade. When did I was?
I think I was. I wasn't even.
I was at university, so it was great. It was perfect time. I was like, oh, I don't have to do work anyway, and I don't have a job.
I got it when I was.
And Eli wasn't even born yet, so it was a
7.
Is ready for the last tier list? This is like the
Do we have
quick.
another one?
We have one like smaller one to sort of finish it out with. Probably some arguments on here because I'm actually going to not let some of these go.
Although, did we enjoy the briskness in comparison?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because I made that tier list, but
nice.
if you want me to make another one, I'll make another one, and that will be just as long. We'll see how it goes.
Please
DJ B says he's got 800 hours in Skyrim and then Oblivion. And 400 in Oblivion, then like 12 in Morrowind. I feel like I do. But I was a bit.
Fear.
Morrowind was a bit before my time. I think people who said when it came out, obviously, because you don't really care about graphics when a game comes out, and when Morrowind dropped, everyone was like, "This thing slaps hard." Nothing quite.
Morrowind's gameplay sucks.
I've tried Morrowind and I can't get into it. It's like one of those games where it's so you have
too
to.
old. We're too old for it now.
I've played old games, but like some games, they're old and they're unintuitive, and you go into them and you're like even Deus Ex. I've tried to play Deus Ex, the original, and I'm like, I really want to like this game. I really want to get into it, but I'm like, it's so clunky. I just can't quite get. Whereas some games you go back to and you're like, this is a joy to play, no matter how old it is. And other games, it feels like work, which is a shame. Yeah, sorry, I cut you off.
I love Morrowind. I just hate playing it.
Jeez.
Do you reckon, but just before we go, the next Elder Scrolls game, do you reckon the combat will be exactly the same, pretty much?
Probably. They've been using the same game engine for like 30 years.
I know. Oh, pain.
Oh, I did not know.
Oh, so the next tier list here, Colin, I believe this is Age of Sigmar factions.
All right. Let's
speed.
Let's just let's start off strong. Skaven S.
Where's Skaven?
Yeah.
We should justify why we've made that choice, though.
Justify why? Because they're the exact same Skaven from Warhammer Fantasy,
Skaven
and they were already perfect there.
This one.
Yeah. They're great. They're awful. They're horrible. They're evil. They're the worst things in the setting, morally, and I love them for it. They're perfect.
But are Skaven in Age of Sigmar S tier, though?
They're the same exact thing.
Yeah, they're the same
they
thing.
are still the Skaven we know and love. Thanquil is still around on Bone Ripper 1 million, whatever he's up to by this point.
Guys, we've had a donation from Non-Dormient for $5 saying,
Thank you.
love Argonians, protect Argonians, kiss Argonians on the snout, sneak up behind Argonians and give them a hug, liberate Argonians. Have you been reading The Lusty Argonian?
Yes.
I think the only thing that Dunmer did right was enslaving Argonians.
Oh my word.
Trying desperately not to get demonetized for certain phrases.
None of these people, none of them are real.
They are lizard people.
I just want to pet Maik's whiskers. That's all I want to do.
All right.
Next.
I'm willing
Beasts
to.
of Chaos?
Beastmen? Beasts
Like
of Chaos.
bee?
Beastmen have always
Beasts?
been.
See, they're the same from Warhammer Fantasy, but they're beastmen, so that's not a good. It's not a good
Do
thing.
they ever win anything?
I mean, Morgar's a minor chaos god now.
Oh.
That's
cool,
something.
I guess. Blades of Corn. We know where Colin wants to put that.
I'll let everyone else decide this vote because otherwise it's.
I'll put that in
F.
Corn. They can go B
D.
tier for me.
I think D, honestly.
I will say,
Yeah.
whatever I would put the demons in 40k, it's all +1 on the rank in Age of Sigmar because they're their
Okay.
actual own kitted out armies. and not demon slop that's missing half of things they should
How have
have.
they gone A, B, C, D, F? Sorry, I'm just going to do some admin. This annoys me. They missed E, so I'm going to fix that.
E's never on a
we
tier
usually
list.
we never have E tier.
What? Why not?
Because it's like the ranking system for school.
But E's after
E. There's no E grade.
Andy, have you ever gotten an E?
Yeah, I got an E for IT once.
We have
You're making that up.
E's in
I'm
it.
not making it up. That's how
Your
letters
rating
work.
systems
It's
are
alphabetized.
Okay, get
You
out
know,
of
it's
here.
like we didn't actually. Some people don't even have A, B, C, D. They have like different things. It's like a 1-2 system.
Yeah.
Oziark
1, 2, 3,
Bone
4.
Reapers, S tier.
Sure.
They go
Bony
so
boys.
Don't
hard.
explain what they are for people who.
They
don't
are
understand.
the Bone Marines to the Stormcast Ground Marines. They're Nagash's like elite forces. Their models are so cool. I love them. Their whole thing is they want the bone tax because they make new warriors out of the bones they harvest. Sometimes, some of them are nice. Some of them are like, hey, just let us just pilfer your graveyards and then we'll be on our way. Some of them meet the bone tax by killing people and taking their bones. They're really cool. Arkan is kind of like their head. I mean, aside from Nagash, but that doesn't count because Nagash is automatically the head of all the death factions. They're really cool. I like their lore. I like their models a lot. I got their big box for Christmas. It's cool.
Oh, nice.
Also, Vindication, DJ Beast in the comments said, bruh, I had an E grade in French, which my mum taught. Thank you, DJ Beast. DJ Beast is our best fan, so I am vindicated. So, yes, E is allowed.
If your mum taught that, how are you gonna?
Yeah.
How do you live with that after?
Where's your source, bruh? My mum. There we go.
Cities of
Cities of Sigmar took away the Empire from me. They don't deserve anything.
They just get a cool release though recently.
Don't put them in E. Dude, their
I'm
new
trying to
models are
gauge
so
your
cool.
outrage. It's hard.
They took away Dark Elves and they took away Empire from me. I just can't.
There's still some
can't.
Dark Elves. They took away the High Elves.
The Dark Elves are in Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah, well, the High Elves used to be in Cities of Sigmar, and now none of their models are, so I'm getting it worse.
C-tier.
They have
Sure, they're
Lumineth
better
at
than
least.
Beastmen. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure,
but the
fine,
Lumineth are
C-tier.
cool.
C-tier. C-tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
C tier, because Karl Franz is one of the models you can get.
Daughters
Come on.
of Cain are.
Marathi?
My dear,
Marathi?
please put a
Oh, here we
shirt on.
go.
Marathi?
Why couldn't they have just made Dark Elf faction? Why do they have to make
Marathi?
the sub faction into the actual faction? I still
A-tier?
don't get it.
Okay. Is that just because of...
A tier
She's
for
not wearing
Marathi?
I guess.
He's not even justifying it. He's just saying.
I don't need to justify it.
That was
I
the
know.
justification.
All right.
She seems like
All
the
right,
kind of
we'll
person
keep
I
it
wouldn't
there.
like to take home to my
They're-
mum and dad and say, hey, I met this lady.
you might be
you've
wearing
got the
that
wrong
next time.
attitude, Andy. You're trying to go, oh, I can fix her. She can make me
No,
worse.
no. I'm not saying I can fix her. I'm saying I want to avoid her because my credit limit
Yeah.
will suffer. I don't want
Coward.
The
this.
snake models are cool. Zinch is.
Zinch is
he's
sure
Right in the
Zinch.
middle.
for me.
B
but
tier.
He's just Zinch.
B. It's just B.
B?
Flesh
Changeling
Eater
goes
Courts
hard.
for me are A, even S tier.
Oh,
Dude,
dude, Flesh Eater Courser. All of the death ones are A or S tier.
Yeah. Let's put Flesh Eaters in S tier because they just got all the cool new models.
Yeah, dude, Usharan's model is so
Is
good.
Usharan a riff off of Ushatan from Warhammer Fantasy? Or is it Usharan?
Usharan
what's-
was
no-
from Warhammer Fantasy.
Was this? It's the same one.
I don't know who Ushatan is.
Ushatan is a Thunder Warrior.
Oh, who am I thinking? Am I mixing them up?
Ushatan
Yeah,
is
Ushatan,
the
I
Primarch
only
of the
get
Thunder
that-
Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh, I might
It's
mix them up.
Ushoran was always in
Ushoran.
Warhammer. He was like the sire of the ghoul bloodline, the
Isn't he the
Strigoi.
brother of what's her name? The other vampire who's
Oh, God, Neferata.
yeah, he's the
I
brother.
think he might be.
I think he's the younger brother, but then it's like there's like a thing with like more Kane and things like that. Flesh Eater's Court, their models are pretty cool. What's their whole
A-tier.
shtick? They don't.
They think they're like valiant knights crusading around the realms, but it's a delusion that they all share. They're really just ghouls. So like they'll see themselves as like a brave knight riding the most glorious griffin. They're really an undead, like not quite undead, but
Oh, so they can't
insane
see that.
cannibal.
Mm.
yeah. And anytime one of them breaks out, like all of what they've done comes crashing onto them. They're like, I've actually been a horrible person, and then they kind of just go back to being insane.
Oh, that's a shame.
A tier.
Sure.
A tier.
Sure.
Look, they're not good, but they're awesome.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Yeah, you're right.
Flesh
Flesh
Eater
Eater
Course.
They
Course.
go
Yeah.
into A. Okay.
Fire Slayers are one of the greatest
F.
tragedies of our time.
What?
F for
Why? They're
Fire
so
Slayer.
cool looking.
They're
One of them
Slayers-
is cool looking, Andy, but after 30 of the same guy over and over again, it gets less cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Slayers are an awesome part of Warhammer Fantasy Dwarf lore. Them as their own army is an endless tide of naked redheads.
Gloomspite Gits are funny.
I give them.
They got a
B.
moon and stuff,
They
right?
do.
Like
To where?
The
they're
bad
gobos,
moon.
I guess.
They're B. They're funny. They're
To
goblins.
be or not to be a goofball.
They'll be-
Hedonist.
Hedonites, they have Sigvald, S for Sigvald, assless chaps, yes please.
I mean, they're up there. They've got Sigvald. They've got the twins.
Where's the horny hammer?
They have the harp model. Oh my
They
gosh,
do.
it's so
That
cool.
model is disgusting,
They have,
but
like,
in a good
and
way.
the big giant guy on the chair. They have like some of the best models in
Dude,
Sigmar, in my opinion.
Fat guy is my beloved. I think his name is
And
just
the-
like glucose or something.
Yeah.
Glucose.
The Slangors are really cool too. Put them up in S tier, Andy.
Okay. How is
Very
this?
good.
Am I allowed?
It is. It's allowed.
Okay. I
Their
need
models
an
are very
adult.
cool as well.
I don't know what I'm doing in this tier list.
Oh,
I
Even
S
S
tier.
tier, S tier,
Eiseneth.
S tier every time.
Big
Sea-
turtle.
sea
Shrimp
elves.
elves.
Yep,
Huge.
so freaking cool. Looking.
Shrimp elves?
Mama
Put 'em
turtle.
I don't know
above.
anything about them.
Yeah.
Crustacean Eldar.
For people who are
Cool.
listening, the Eiseneth are kind of like broken elves that were made. Not really accidentally, but Teclis's first scrap at making elves, and then they eventually like
He
ran away
goofed.
from him. A lot of them don't have like full souls, and they're like sort of
Hmm.
broken. They have to steal souls from even order factions, and they use sea creatures and stuff, and they're pretty cool. They're kind of like a grey area in terms of that they'll fight against chaos as in the great enemy, but they're not. That's what it's like the friend of my. My friend of my
The enemy of my enemy is my
Enemy of my
friend.
enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
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 Caradons. Is that how you say it?
Caradon.
Caradon.
They have
Caradron
cool models.
overlords.
Steampunk dwarfs.
B tier.
They're
Dwarf.
they're better than
The leagues.
Votan.
Yeah. They're good.
They're-
I think the
yeah.
biggest problem they have, they could use some more models. I think there's only like 16 options on their web store, and like one of them is the Codex and one is Terrain.
Oh.
I would also appreciate just normal dwarves. That would be really nice.
Grungni
That's
is
too much to ask
reassembling the Dispossessed. We're gonna get them.
Nice.
Oh,
Legion of
Legions
Nagash.
F tier because it's not an army anymore.
Oh.
Rip.
they got broken.
Ogres get
apart.
A tier from me. I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
ogres. They're cool, and they have
Look at
some
this big
cool
tum
models.
tum. That's a big
Although
tum
they
tum.
are missing a fair bit from the old line, I think. But whatever.
Big tum
Rest in
tum.
peace, Greasus.
Look at that big,
Yeah.
buckle.
He's a
They're
big
big.
man.
What,
They're
they have
fat. They
the-
like to eat. Some of them have the Everwinter they're running from.
Do they?
It's
Why
cool.
do they have the plate shield again? The
'Cause
chest.
guts-
Because getting your
'cause-
belly cut is like the worst dishonor you could
Because
ever
then you can't
have
eat
in
no
a-
more.
Yeah,
as an
it's
ogre.
also like the gut is like a sacred body part, so they got to keep it
Yeah.
safe.
These guys knew well ahead of time about the gut microbiome, and I respect them for
Yep.
that.
They're well aware. Maggotkin.
Nurgly
Maggotkin.
Burglies.
B tier
I've
because
never
they
been
have
a
a whole
Nurgle
bunch
guy.
of cool models that 40k doesn't,
is
but a
true.
lot of their models are aging. Maybe not even
Yeah,
aging; they just
yes.
look like toys. And yes, I'm aware that's what the minis are. But like, I mean, like those toys you can get at Walmart where you can like the
Yeah.
shoulder joint is like popping out of the arm.
Yeah. They're not toys, Mom.
Do they have that new one with like the Horseman of the Apocalypse one? It's like a
The Glotkin.
It's the guy who's like a melting, rotting thing on a horse. He looks really good.
They
don't know.
might. Night Haunt. B
Skelly
tier.
boys.
They have cool models.
Oh, Nighthaunt. Now this is actually
Again,
this army looks so good that my friend who doesn't know a thing about Fantasy or Age of Sigmar actually bought a whole combat patrol style thing of them.
they look cool, but it's like I feel like they shouldn't be a sub faction. Which is,
I mean,
don't
I've
know.
got to be
Like,
honest. I was looking at as someone who knows nothing about Age of Sigmar. I was like, undead, treading
Yeah.
the line of undead, and
Well,
then
again, they could have just kept
undead
regular
here.
vampire counts.
And it's like vampire. It's like there's a lot of like these
wait,
seem
can you-
like kind of generic when complete. Like, look at this bony boy, cool. Look at this.
you scroll Down a bit again, Andy, to like the
Yeah.
list. They don't have the Soulblight Gravelords on here. That
Might be
sucks.
old.
Yeah,
This one.
more dead things. Orc War Clans, they got that cabbage head guy.
Cabbage head.
That's every orc.
Their models are neat. I don't
The
know.
fact that
they're
Grimgor
B tier,
Ironhide is not
right? Yeah, true. That's
That's
very
true.
sad.
is a massive loss
B tier
to
is
us.
fine, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Shiny
Lumineth.
S
Wait,
tier,
I'm not
S
gonna. I'm
tier.
not gonna
No,
try to argue
No,
with Colin on
honestly,
this.
it's not
Come on,
S tier.
come on.
though.
I think some of their models
Their
are
models
really
go so
goofy. Personally,
hard.
I don't know.
I think some
As
of them look
someone
silly.
who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I think this is cooler. Look at that belly.
I
Good
will
man.
accept.
I like the
that.
waterfall thing.
The
And
helmets
also,
look so
99,
dumb.
Considering how much you were like Marathi, it's like, yeah, you can't then top
the
that.
helmets
surely.
are so
Fine.
dumb. I can't
They're
believe
not.
it.
They go hard.
They don't. It looks like
Yes,
a
they
helmet
do.
on a helmet.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've
I
heard
think it
of
looks dumb
deer in
too.
the
Thank
headlights.
Thank you,
but,
Melted Phoenix, for the $3.
Thank you.
Bone
Dude, it's so
Boys.
Warhammer.
If it's
I
not like
think
it's
it's
not
silly.
like to the point of caricature, it's just a like it has to be even larger than that to be.
High elves
Cool.
look so much better.
Have you seen Teclis's helmet?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
3 helmets.
Yeah.
All right, guys,
That's cool.
chat. We're just gonna say it now. We're gonna have a helmet tier list in the future, and we're gonna
Yeah,
find all the
that'd be
best
good.
helmets, and we'll have a real debate about best helmets.
Helmet
in
Dog
tier
pile
Warhammer.
Colin
list.
time.
Get
All
Lord
right.
Croak, S tier, box.
Yeah.
Seraphon is pretty
They,
cool.
Can we get-
they got some freaking
The
cool
models?
models.
Can
They
we
got
get Bock
almost a
and Stone in
whole
chat, please?
range reworked. They look great.
Yep.
You know, put
Yeah.
those Lumineth Realm Lords at the top of A, just as a I concede that.
Can't put it
Alright,
above
good.
Marathi
Alright.
because of all the noise Colin made.
Yeah, that's true.
Slaves
Slaves
to
of Darkness, S.
It's chaos, yeah.
You say
It's
F?
chaos. But
Did you
they're
say
cool.
F
No,
or
S.
He said
S.
S.
S. I
S
thought you said
tier.
F, and I was like,
Slaves
what?
of Darkness go hard, man.
Those
Yeah,
models
they're
are
cool. And-
are seriously so cool. Oh my god.
They're like
Yeah, Archaon is awesome.
chaos, but cool. Stormcast, I give them a comfortable A.
B.
Yeah, sure.
We got a donation, fellas.
Thank you, Melted Phoenix.
Thank you, Melted Phoenix. He says, put the Lumineth in A for A elves. Oh god.
We got them up there. Don't
Elves.
worry. They're in.
Elves.
They're in A.
For people who are wondering about that, they're called A elves in Age of Sigmar because GW wanted to copyright basically everything.
Copyright. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they,
That's why
so
they're
they've
duarded.
Yeah, they've invented their own term for things in universe. They can copyright them. Oh, so
Yeah.
bad.
Stormcast are fine.
B tier because it's honestly
They-
like it's not as groundbreaking as it was.
Yeah,
Very
they
much
have cool models.
it was very
but-
much to copy a Space Marine. I actually would have been
Yeah, it
okay with
was.
it if it wasn't the gold and blue. 'Cause then you know it wasn't such a massive rip off.
They're like,
There
I
are,
like
there
this,
are a
but
bunch of
I
alternate
love
color schemes that
gold.
go hard.
Yeah.
I know that
I really
they
like
do.
the black color scheme.
But if someone's looking at like a poster of like Warhammer and they see like the Sigma Marine on the left and then an actual Space Marine, they just think they're the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah,
mean,
it
the
is.
only-
It
the
was
only-
their excuse to sell Space Marines in Warhammer Fantasy.
The only thing I
It
would
was.
say, as someone who's like slightly dipped my toe into like Age of Sigmar and seen what's about, like, gotta admit they're pretty generic. When like you're looking at the faction overall, you're like, that guy wears gold and blue, that guy wears gold and blue, that one's wearing.
I
a
will
helmet
say
with
the
Death
other
Mask.
color schemes you can do, even if you do like a less shiny gold, it looks so much better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Andy, put it in C tier right next to the Cities of Sigmar. And tell me which one. Tell me which
Oh
one
my
out of
gosh.
those two you prefer.
This
you
one,
guys.
this
Yeah, that
one.
guy.
Yeah,
He's
like
got
you
a
honestly,
nice
the guy on the
blue
right
mage
looks so much
yeah.
better.
Yeah,
It's because he's an
Put 'em
Empire
in B
great
tier.
swordsman.
Yeah, the
They're B
Landsknecht.
tier. They're the face of
Landsknecht?
the hobby. So
No,
Alright.
honestly, Stormcasters,
Just
I
keep it.
despise them. They're
Look,
so
I
boring.
will admit that part of my bias is because, as I've said before, they have golden face mask, and anything with that in its design is an automatic fucking
Yeah.
100 for me.
Mm.
But they're cool. Their lore's I like their
Balthazar
lore a
Gelt.
lot. Gelt is back. I don't know. I don't know what to say other than I just like their lore. I get the design could be a bit. No, you know what? Fuck it. I like them a lot.
I think fine.
It's getting better. They've made them more unique and like slimmer and taller in a way, which I enjoy.
All right, lads, we've got Sly
Oh,
Varnish.
The Beetle's pretty
Sylvaneth,
cool. I prefer the old Wood Elf aesthetic a lot more, but they have cool models.
They
yeah,
do.
I do. I'd say B.
Top
I
of
think-
low
I
A. I'd argue low A because I do think they
Yeah,
in the
Yeah.
current range they do stand out
Rearrange
quite
this
a bit.
slightly.
yeah.
They've got a lot of cool stuff.
I don't like that they're all like spirit-y things instead of just wood elves. Personally, but
I imagine
don't
they
know
might
the
get
lore,
like,
so...
the wood elf, like a proper wood elf. Isn't there a faction like a sub faction in Age of Sigmar where like they're actually wood elves, but they're like kind of not joined to anyone in a way.
They're in Cities of Sigmar, I believe.
Yeah, of course they are.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Absolute pain.
We're all happy with those.
Dang.
We sped through those two. Good work, fellas.
Yes, I think we just spent an hour and a half on the getting.
There are 200 of them.
That was we did
Couple
a 2.5
of them.
hour stream.
For
That
our
was one of
suffering,
longer
please
ones.
like this video because we put ourselves through that. And you for listening, thank you very much.
Yes.
I will say though, to be fair, most of the Successor Chapter things, I wish, like, particularly in tabletop now, as we're recording it, it's 10th edition, kind of still early days, and the only way to like make it more unique to play this game is through like characters, and that allows you to play like sub factions or Successor Chapters. You play like Pedro Cantor or like Black Templar stuff like Grimaldus and Helbrecht. They need to get some of these like chapter masters or like unique characters of other factions out.
Yeah. It's just a shame whenever we see like obviously the Primogenitor chapters and some of the second ones like the Black Templars get a lot of stuff, and it's like, could we just like a lot, like when we mentioned about the Iron Snake's got a couple of chapter books, that was cool. Flesh Terror's got a bit of stuff, but they're more in the mainstream. It's nice when you occasionally see like, oh look, it's the Emperor's Spears, that's cool. Oh look, the Mentors, that's pretty cool. And just add some light onto some of these desperately in need of more than a sentence chapters, just a little bit. And there's so much they could be picking on. But I guess from their perspective, it's like, well, we could do that, or we could do another Blood Angels thing, and people know what Blood Angels are. It's just the trouble. That's why I'm going to be writing an Iron Lords book, and you'll all buy it, and I'll be happy. There we go.
I think DJ B's put again epic rap battles tier list. Listen, okay, we are gonna do an epic rap battles tier list. We're probably gonna save it for a special occasion though, because
that's edge you until then.
We can't drop that big money epic rap battles tier list like that easily though. We have to save it for like a big event, or like
that'll be its whole stream,
or a big guest or something. It has to be its own thing.
Because it's definitely gonna happen for sure.
Yeah, totally. For sure.
Definitely gonna happen.
I hate it here. I
know, people keep putting your suggestions for tier lists or topics you want us to cover, because we are honestly on the case and we're getting to them. And it's gonna be it's gonna be a bit of a mess.
And I mean, I made this one with the Successor Chapters, so if you have ideas,
thank you, Andy.
Even if we can't make them, if we can't find them, we can make them. Like, if you want to see us rate the best helmets in Warhammer, we can make them.
Best Warhammers in Warhammer.
Yeah.
We
will do a Glorb tier list someday. Yeah. That's my dream. SpongeBob, anything, honestly.
I'll make one for you, Eli, I promise.
I think, with that being said, though, I think we've gone quite far. I think 2 hours and 30 minutes into the stream. Honestly. So we'll probably have to call it there, boys. Again, any topics and stuff you want us to cover, we're happy to. Is there anything else anyone wants to add to that? As more Skyrim companion things.
I hate Lydia. I don't know.
No, I got my Mer hatred out of the way. I'm good.
Well, there you have it.
There's a resurrection spell in Skyrim, so I could replay the sacrifice to Boethia multiple times with Lydia. That's it. That's all.
With that being said, though, that was the Successor Chapters ranked Skyrim companions and Age of Sigmar factions. We'll be back again with more stuff next week and the week after. Got some cool things coming. And thank you guys for watching and listening. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.
Have a good rest and a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.